we're good.
Be like,
Bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
Welcome to another episode of Bussin' With The Boys. This is episode 352. We are presented by the number one sportsbook in America, the FanDuel Sportsbook. Now, it's only Tuesday, but we want to give you a little sneak preview of the end of the week. We're talking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Halloween. We're giving out tricks and treats with FanDuel because they had us cook up some special bets for you guys to take into the weekend. That's Thursday night football, college football Saturday, and NFL Sunday. Just open up the FanDuel Sportsbook app, tap on the NFL or college football tiles, and scroll for that Bussin' tab. Real quick, let's take a look at what we've got set up for the Ravens-Dolphins on Thursday. I don't have the thing.
I don't think anybody has.
we don't have one. Just
I started to get to the end of it, and I'm like looking at this too.
stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that.
Okay.
Cook one up.
Just open up the FanDuel Sportsbook app, tap on the NFL or college football tiles, and scroll for that Bussin' tab. FanDuel will have a 30% profit boost token going live tomorrow for you to boost our bets and use on your own. But stay tapped in with us this weekend. We'll be making picks, sharing our Halloween weekend specials, maybe even giving away some FanDuel bonus bets. It all starts on FanDuel. Just head to FanDuel.com/Bussin' to download the app and get pumped for this Halloween weekend. Gentlemen, hell of a weekend. There were some highs of my weekend, some absolute lows.
Oh,
The lows being not being able to watch football.
yeah, that's fair. And that's a pretty dramatic low this time of the year.
Yeah. We covered it on our football recap. That was dropped yesterday. If you want to go check that out, we talk NFL, college. Had a great weekend with my boy, Brad LeBrot. Sorry.
Yeah. sounds like you're lying.
Brad LeBrot got married over the weekend.
Shout out to
Friend of the show.
Biscuit.
Shout out to Biscuit. It was out in Sleepy Hollow, bro. You would love
I know.
Sleepy Hollow.
I know. I gotta still text Brad and say congratulations on getting married.
I mean, Sleepy Hollow is Halloween town, bro.
I know, dude. Sleepy Hollow, Headless Horseman. Like, I've never been. I can't wait to hear about it, but yes. Yes, dude.
Shout out Chris at Bridgeview Tavern. Wrapped around the building. 2-hour wait. We walk by him. He's like, "Oh, welcome to Bridgeview Tavern." He's like, "You look like Will Compton." I was like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "You're Will?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, shit." He's like, "Oh, yeah, Nebraska. You got the Nebraska gear." He's a massive Bussin' fan. Hooked us up with some T-shirts. And he was talking, it was a long line. We're standing in the line. He's telling everybody how it's going to be a 2-hour wait. So Charles and I, we walk back to the car because we got to go somewhere quick because we got to get to the venue. We got to get to check in, do all the stuff because there were some events coming up for Brad. And we get in the car. He starts approaching the car. He's like, "Hey, you go around back here. That little hole in the gate, that little hole in the fence. You go through there. I'll meet you at the back door." He walks us through the back kitchen, gets us seated. We get a nice spot at the bar so we can watch the Huskers play. And Chris took care of us. I was going to say took care of the boys, took care of my wife and I. So we got to enjoy. The food was great. The vibes were great.
Man.
Yeah, so shout out Chris.
Shout out Chris, dude.
Bar
That is
owners
big.
are some of the best people. of
Some
all
of the
time.
best.
They just
people,
make it
bro.
happen.
Yeah.
We had that
Rochester.
Rochester.
That's right, dude. Rochester, that place.
Ripped.
That
Ripped.
place did
Yes,
rip.
it did rip.
That was awesome. Wedding was beautiful.
Y'all ripped.
Wedding was great, man.
Did Brad cry or no?
He got close a couple times, but no, didn't fully get there.
And you were, how many groomsmen did he have?
0. He just had his son standing up there, and Alex had Emma, Brad's daughter, standing beside her.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Because you said in the reaction show, there's a couple things you had to do for the wedding.
I had to give a speech.
Well, I'm sure it went great.
Yeah, we were at Nick's Pizza. I had a little pizza spot, quieted down the crowd, brought everybody in tight,
Yeah.
gave a little 3 to 5 minute spiel.
Very nice.
And it worked out well. Stands up, hugs me, tells me how much he loves me, and I'm just like, I really got you based on the way you gave your speech at my wedding.
Yeah. That when you said it went
And he's
well.
like, dude, I know. I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, bro, I couldn't have went. Oh yeah.
What was his speech at your wedding?
Oh, buddy. It was
some highs and lows of that wedding. That being one of the lows. Brad, like, I'm telling him how I'm going to propose to Charo and everything laying out. And he's like, bro, please let me give it. Like, let me talk about you at your wedding. And I was like, all right, bro, I'll if you want to talk, probably dress rehearsal, you can give a speech. And so Brad probably, whenever we started planning for the wedding, he knew he was going to give a speech at my wedding. We get to the wedding, or we get to the dress rehearsal where he's going to give a speech, and it was just kind of the wedding party. And Brad, he's got crippling anxiety, gets very socially awkward, and it was taking a toll on him. So much so that he started to pound alcohol, which he's not a big drinker. He gets sideways. He's drunk now. Stands up there to deliver a speech, and the majority of the speech was just fumbling over words and apologizing.
That is
Oh, it pained him so much,
Dude,
too, after.
exactly what happened.
It's pained him so much, dude, that he was in town a few months ago, and we had one of our nights where we stayed up to about 1 or 2 in the morning just chatting, and he went on this long tangent, and to where I'm like, hey, I really appreciate you saying all that. And he was like, that's what I wanted to say at your wedding. And we just started laughing because I'm like, bro, that speech he gave was so funny. Because there were a lot of moments too, like, there was some disorganization going on about trying to figure out who's going to do what, where we need to be at for times and stuff, because there was no like wedding party or nothing else. So people's asking a bunch of questions. Usually when all that's happening, it falls on the bride and groom to deliver information, whereas you want to be more stress-free when the big day's there. And to where several times he's like, hey, I promise you don't have to say anything. You don't have to give a speech. You don't have to do it, because the speech kind of changed. Like, am I going to do it the night before? Am I going to do it at the wedding? Do you want me to do it? There's a champagne hour afterwards where her dad spoke. Like, do you want me to do it here? What do you want me to say? Are you just wanting me to talk about the story? There was no boundaries until like the morning of. I was like, hey, am I speaking? And he was like, yeah, I talked to Alex. Her sister's going to say something, so I want you to say something. So that day, like within an hour's time, I'm like mustering up a speech to say, and he's like, you'll do it at the pizza spot where we all go after the wedding. So that's how it all got coordinated. It was a good time. It was fun seeing everybody, seeing Brad's family, seeing everybody kind of hang out. There's only about 30 people there, small wedding, but it was an awesome time. Sleepy Hollow's fun spot to go, especially during this time of year.
Was there a reason why they chose Sleepy Hollow? They just wanted a spooky
So
wedding?
their like first like travel experience together was at Sleepy Hollow. So they go like every year out to Sleepy Hollow. So they were kind of doing it as like a call to one of their better moments together earlier in their relationship.
That's awesome.
So everybody had to travel out to New York, drive an hour and a half out to Sleepy Hollow, rent cars, like do that. Listen, I'm not here to complain. It was a bit of a deal getting everybody out there, but it was a great time. Service was brutal. Couldn't watch any ball. Not here to complain.
I love that you're saying it was hard to get 30 people out there.
Yeah, and it's so funny too, because eventually somebody's like, hey, I forget who on the guys, like one of the guys were like, hey, we should do like a guy's breakfast the morning of the wedding at like 9:30. Like, hey, we should do a guy's breakfast. Brad's like, yeah, I'm down. And then of course, guy brains, it ends up happening like, hey, where are we going to breakfast? Are we doing breakfast? Brad ends up having to pick out the spot and give everybody the information. See, bro, this is where a wedding party helps you, because you wouldn't have had to deal with all that stuff. And we go out to we have like a guy's breakfast or whatever, and we're driving back, and his brother and his dad's just giving it to him, just complaining about being out in New York. All small town guy stuff, just
bitching about moving.
Yeah,
bitching about moving their feet.
His brother was like, hey, well, I just want to let you know I'm not, I don't feel any type of way about you being selected to say a few words after the wedding. And Brad's sitting there just driving. He just kind of throws his hands up like, I don't know what you want me to say and do.
Oh, bro, that's so funny. Sounds like an awesome time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
And then he's busting my balls. He's like, you're flying back tonight. I'm like, bro, we got to work. Like, we got to do stuff tomorrow. And so again, we had to like leave Nick's Pizza. I was like, hey bro, if you want me to like speak or do the speech, we're gonna have to get rolling because we're gonna have to leave here in like 30 minutes to go through, you got traffic going back to LaGuardia. We got to drop off the rental car. We had a little delay because it started raining. We landed we're sitting on the tarmac. We probably landed in Nashville like 1 a.m. Last night. Ooh. Yeah. Wi-Fi wasn't working up in the air. Cause then I get I get our regiment, I get our schedule who we're gonna be interviewing. So I'm trying to like, I'm trying to look up Mike Elko, like his resume, his background, everything else, trying to get caught up on some of the game notes, and there's no Wi-Fi working. And then you land, then you're walking through the airport at B&A. There's so many flights delayed because we landed and it was like storming. It was like raining pretty hard last night. There's 2 flights that were supposed to head out. Like I want to say it was like Chicago, Midway, and Milwaukee as we're walking through the terminal that they were supposed to take off in between like 10 and 10:30. Their new departure time was like 1 a.m. They're lining up at the gate. It's like, oh man, T's and P's to delayed travel.
Yeah, delayed travel's tough, man. Tough. Sounds like overall though, 4.5.
Strong 4.5.
Good.
Strong
Good.
4.5.
You gotta take the good with the bad sometimes, man. Shout out Brad.
Yeah.
He deserves love.
He does deserve
A guy like Brad deserves love.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
How was Orlando?
Buddy, I think it was the greatest family trip we've ever had.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Whoa.
It was incredible, top to bottom. We finished the stream Thursday night. I get up at 4 a.m. to make a 6:15 flight, and you're like getting the kids going and stuff like that. And tailing up before we go to bed, I go, listen, we got 48 hours in Disney World. We're going to be tired. We're going to have late nights, early mornings, starting with right now. We know that we're going to get on each other's nerves. Let's just ride. All right. Anything bad that happens, just ride. And she's like, you're 100% right. Wake up in the morning. I'm a little more lethargic than she is. Easy opportunity for her to get mad. Handles business, no problem. And they definitely like took over getting the kids ready while I'm kind of like fumbling and bumbling. I took advantage of like, I'll put the bags in the back of the car. Like that was my move to kind of chill. We get there. Kids are like half awake, half asleep. Do we land? Get to the hotel. Hotel's like, hey, your room's not ready till 4 p.m. It's 9 a.m, which is, in my mind, all good. Because we're going to go, like the hotel we're at is a contemporary one. The right next to it, you can literally see Magic Kingdom. You can see like the iconic Princess Tower, all that, whoever it is. That one right there, yeah. We go there. There's a little breakfast spot, and the theme of the breakfast spot is Winnie the Pooh. Wynn's first favorite like cartoon and Willow's first favorite cartoon is Winnie the Pooh. So like Taylon's getting teary-eyed seeing like Tigger walk by, and both the kids are like, this is actually Tigger. This is Piglet. This is Eeyore. Like they are over the moon that they are there. And then like Winnie the Pooh, he doesn't go around to other places. Like the lady's breaking it down for us, Miss Gwen. She's breaking down like, hey, the animals come over here every 90 minutes. There's a rotation. If you want to meet all the animals, you have to be here for at least 90 minutes. To me, it's a long ass breakfast, but I'm thinking if the kids want it, that's what we're going to do. There's usually a massive line for Winnie the Pooh. There's like 2 people. So I'm like, hey, let's take advantage of this right now. Mm-hmm. We get up there, Winnie the Pooh's there. The sweetest little Pooh Bear you've ever, like, whoever's in that little suit handled business exactly like Pooh Bear would. Get the photo, we get just the kids, then the whole family, and we sit down. And within the first 20 minutes, all the animals came through. And we like happened to hit them right on, like during their stride. So it was just right there, man. And, yeah, those guys, dude, it was just like seeing the kids light up the way they was like, this is why you do it. Like, this is why you spend the money. This is why you go and you get the lightning pass, all that. Because the first place we go to is the Bayou. It's like this water one. It's like a New Orleans theme one. And it's like it's going to be the first drop that the kids ever go down. And a lot of parents would sit there and be like, oh, it's okay. This is just going to happen. I'm trying to get in my kid's head a little bit. I want to see where their mental fortitude's at standing in this line. So I'm like, hey, this drop's pretty big. We're like, oh, what's it going to be like? Oh, your stomach's going to go up in the air. You're going to feel like you're falling. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Kids meet it head on. They're like, let's do this thing. And this ride is awesome. There are all the animatronics, those little things. Kids are like reaching in the air, like majestically, like reaching for like a plant and like touching the leaf as it goes by. And I'm like seeing Willow's face light up. Loves it. Hit the drop. They're obsessed with the drop. They're all about the drop. And then we tackle for that whole entire day. We tackle Magic Kingdom. That's all we're doing. Because the next day we have like the tour guide that's going to take us to all 3 other worlds. and we have like the lightning lane for the lightning lane, kind of like we did at the Pro Bowl a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And dude, it was fucking awesome. We hit all the rides. We go back to the hotel for like an hour, just to kind of like chill for a second before we go to Mickey Mouse's Not So Scary Halloween. That takes place like 7 p.m. to 10. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, there is not a chance in hell we make it to 10. These kids have been up since 4. They went to bed at their regular time. They're running on E. Emotions are kind of getting high, more wind than it is Willow. Like wind's definitely feeling the emotion of the day or how long of a day it's been. And I'm like, there's no way. We get to Magic Kingdom. My phone's dead. Taylon's phone is working. And they're like, our nanny, she's a big Disney goer. And she's like, hey, the parade that takes place at like 8:15, you need to get a spot for like an hour before. And they have like these bags where like, they do a great job because they have a map and all these little pumpkins on the map where the kids can essentially go trick-or-treating. So we go scat at a spot. Talon is like, one of us has to stay and basically claim our ground. I know as the father, like that is textbook dad move. You've got to stand there, but my phone is dead. So we get there like 7, find our spot around 7:10. And I'm chilling for an hour and 5 minutes, just standing there, not sitting. Like, bro, true, like, I'm earning my stripes as a father moment to where I don't know if y'all have looked up for your phone in a minute. There's some crazy motherfuckers that are ripping around Disney World. Some wild ass cats. These people on scooters, bro, they think they have the right of way everywhere they go. And they're running in mobs at times. I saw a fleet of them in a flying V going up the road, just mowing people over. Like people are walking up on me. I had 4 water bottles. I won't say the brand name, but I had 4 water bottles, like kind of staking out my piece of land that's right on the curb. And I have like dads, and more than just dads, it's the Karen moms, the moms kind of rolling up on you, and they're not saying nothing to you, but they're kind of standing in your area to where you got to take a step towards them, not look at them, but you're kind of like, you're peacocking a little bit. Like, this is my, don't even fucking try me. So for an hour and 5 minutes, I'm holding ground down. Kids get there right before it starts off. The whole park goes dark, and the Princess Castle like becomes like a backdrop to where they're telling stories on it. There's fireworks going off on it, and then the whole park goes dead quiet, and you just hear, and the Headless Horseman starts off the parade by just like trotting through on this big ass Percheron. And then who comes out? Who's the singer from the Goofy movie?
I know this.
I know.
It's something Wire.
I know, because I was like, when he came out, I was like, oh shit. And Win goes, Goofy movie. And I go, yes, Powerline. This dude comes out, 15, 20 people choreograph dance, and he's hitting the greatest hits where you're hitting the piece of nostalgia in the back of your ear, like, this is incredible. And as he's finishing, like, Disney World does an amazing job of like, you're looking away, and as you're like, okay, I've seen that enough, as soon as you look back to your right, the next attraction for whatever's coming is there. And they're all so interactive. They come up. One character that came in and like pulled one of those on, sorry, I hit your nose, pulls one of those on Win. Another one like kind of tries to spooky Willow a little bit. Like they're having a blast. And the warm, my heart is like so full and warm watching my kids like just starstruck about all these Disney characters going by. Some woman comes in and snipes a little piece of my territory with one child and has him sit right next to Win and Willow. And she's now pressing into my area. That pissed me off, but I let it go. But the whole parade was amazing. We end up hitting a couple of things, and then the fireworks show takes off. It's Jack Skellington and Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and they're displaying the storyline taking place with like going into a haunted mansion on the castle while fireworks are going off. It was awesome, bro. Kids are having a full meltdown at the end of the night. It's perfect. I've got one over a shoulder. I'm holding like this big ass Lilo and Stitch. Get back, get the kids to sleep like 11 p.m. up at 8. And then we have this tour guide named Austin. Shout out Austin, dude. He's like got the fun uniform, a little hat. He's kind of laying it all out for us of how the day's going to go. And I didn't know if it was going to be like at the Pro Bowl. What they did was they basically walk you in the back room, then you get right to the front of the line. And I thought like it'd be a little bit different because the NFL put that on before. It's the exact same, dude. where they would take us. Like we went to Animal Kingdom and we hit the safari early in the morning because apparently all the animals were out, saw all the animals, and then go to Pandora where we did that Avatar ride.
That Pandora ride is crazy.
It was crazy. And it's like, it hits all the senses for you. And you're essentially on the back of this Banshee flying around, but like you can feel the Banshee like breathing between your legs as you're like saddled on it. Kids are in it. We ride it once. Kids want to ride it again. They're like, yeah, no problem. Just stay in your seats and let us ride it again. And the second time there was like this big, like this feeling of you dropping. I'm sitting next to Willow. And as the drop happens, this is one of my favorite parts of the whole entire trip. Willow leans back and puts her hands out like this. Like, take me. She's immersed in the ride so much. I'm like, it was like a brings a tear to your eye moment as a father, bro. You're like, this is so incredible. And it's like, it's a top tier ride. So we hit everything at Animal Kingdom, do this Jurassic Park one, which is also dope. And then we go over
the Velocicoaster.
It's not a Velocicoaster. It's like you don't drop or anything. Like you're in this like rocket ship type of thing and you're getting this like space animal egg and there's a meteor coming. So like it's like a time sensitive thing. You end up bailing on the egg and the egg ends up making it. But when Willow was like, I don't want to go on the ride. We told her, hey, this is probably a scary ride, or Austin did. Wynn goes on the ride. She loved the ride. Like this kid's bulletproof at this point. I'm thinking we're hitting all of the rides. I'm telling about Tower of Terror, which is my personal favorite. So we hit that. We go from Animal Kingdom to Hollywood Studios where more of like the big kid rides are. We hit that Slinky Dog ride at Toy Story about 7 times, bro. Go to the other side. They do this whole development. It costs $1 billion to make the Star Wars side. $1 billion. 450 million of that was the one ride. So he's like, if you like the Avatar, you're going to love this. I texted you.
Yeah.
Like it's everything and more, bro. It is unbelievable. That's right. Scared the shit out of Willow. It depends what you like in rides. Me personally, I like the fear of like the drop. So it wouldn't be mine. But as far as like special effects, everything, like you walk into this room right here that they're showing on the screen and it's like, you're a part of the resistance. You get docked by the bad guys, whatever they are. You go in, they pull you in.
That would
they're
be
like,
so nasty.
They're like,
bro.
come with us. And so you go in, they put you in this prison cell. And one of like the Darth Vader-esque individuals is like, we're going to get it out of you. We're going to talk through everything, blah, blah, blah. We're going to get, yeah. No, hell no, I didn't snitch. He walks away. All of a sudden, a lightsaber type thing opens the door up. And it's the resistance like, come with us, hurry. So you get in these carts and they're like, we've hacked these carts for you to get out. And the carts are like flying around. Then what are those guys, the white guys that have the stormtroopers, they see you and they start shooting lasers at you. You're seeing the lasers like fly by you and hit and like burn the wall while you're going. That's the part that fucked up. It was, bro, you walked away, you're like, we're legitimately in space right now. Willow finished, she goes, how do we get back from space that fast? Like that's like that's how like realistic it was. A crazy ass ride. I would have rode it again, but Willow wasn't having it. That Slinky Dog ride though, we hit that thing over and over. And then we get to the Rock and Roller Coaster, which is that's like the one ride if you're chasing the highs of like roller coasters, because really it's like Islands of Adventure has a lot of the good ones, a lot of the good coasters. Universal Studios is much more like adult scary rides, but this is like the one ride that like
you get to feel something.
And Talon's like, I don't know if the kids should go on this. So what we do is Talon and I go on the ride first, and even before the ride takes off, Talon's like, Wynn can't handle it, we can't do it. I'm like, sweetie, like let's find out for ourselves. That motherfucker took off. And I'm thinking, we're in the middle of the ride. We're going upside down in a loop. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Kids probably won't like this one. So we get done with it. And the kids have like this big ass soft serve ice cream. And I look at Wynn, I go, honey, you're big enough. You're safe enough to go on the ride. I'll tell you this, like I think it might be too scary for you. If you want to go, Daddy will go with you. I can promise you that you're safe. That I would never put you on a roller coaster or a ride that I didn't think you'd be safe in. But if you want to go, we can do it. Takes her ice cream, looks me in the eyes and puts it down. She goes, let's go. So we walk up there, dude, and they're like, what row do you want to be? I was like, put us in the back. Got to get the full speed. This is Wynn's first real roller coaster. And we're like standing, like the next cart is about to come to take all of us. And I'm sitting there and I go, hey, if you don't want to do this, now is the time to bail. She was like, bail, what's bail mean? I was like, not do it. Because once they put us in that, Daddy, we have to do the ride.
Yeah.
She's like, we're doing it. We sit in the back. The thing goes and it cranks her in. Dad, I don't want to do this. I go in. Baby, I'm telling you, we can do this. We can do this. She starts bawling, like crying.
Bro, that's
crying.
a different fear, bro.
Yeah, a different fear.
I remember mine.
And
I was terrified.
I put out, dude, it's like a movie. I put out my hand. I'm like, take my hand. Both hands, wrap, squeeze me like white knuckle tight. And I go, honey, this is going to be the hardest part of the ride is right now, not knowing what's going to happen. And it's a standstill one.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
It does, yeah. It doesn't like crank up slow with your anticipation. Like you sit there and the lead singer of Aerosmith, Steven.
You get to pick your
Tyler?
song. You get to pick your song.
Yeah. What? No. You don't get to pick your song.
On rock and rollin'?
No, this is just an Aerosmith song.
Oh, the Aerosmith. I got you.
But it's the rock and roller coaster. And you sit there and then you take off like 0 to 60 and whatever. And she's freaking out. She's having a really hard time. And I'm like, sweetie, we've made this commitment. I promise you you're going to be safe at the end of this. I bet you're going to be all right. And we take off and she screams her face off. The first thing that happens on that ride is a loop. Like you're going and you're immediately in a backflip. And we're taking off and I'm like, this is going to be the hardest part right now. And we do the flip. I'm like, the rest of it's easy. We get done with the ride. And I'm like, how do you feel? And she's like wiping her eyes. She goes, we've got to do it again. That was incredible. And I was like, we're like high-fiving, hugging, kissing. Like, dude, you just did your first like big person roller coaster. I could not be more proud of you. Then we have a nice little teaching moment. I'm like, hey, what was the hardest part about that ride? She goes, probably the loop. I go, was it the loop or was it the fear of what might happen before? And she's like, the fear of what might happen before. And I was like, what's the quote Daddy always tells you? She goes, those who suffer before it's necessary, suffer more than necessary. Like hit it spot on. And buddy, all fucking time.
Is what is it called? Is it the Rippin' Red Rocket?
That is at Universal because
That's not in the same area.
No,
as
that's
Aerosmith.
because the Hollywood studios and Universal are very similar. Like they kind of give you similar vibes. And Taylor was thinking that was the same thing. She's like, oh, I thought because it's the one that kind of goes and you're like dangling a little bit, right? And
Yeah,
you go and you shoot and then you kind of go backwards as well.
I can't remember. Yeah, that's the Rippin'.
That one's
That's like the one big coaster. Again, if you're like on that side, because what is Universal Studios,
That's Universal
and
Studios.
Islands of Adventure.
Right. And that's the one Taylor was thinking of as well. Wynn loved it. We did Hollywood Tower of Terror. No joke, 5 times. Like got done. They're like, can we go again? The people are like, yeah, you can go again. No problem. Walked us right back up there. No wait.
Yeah.
And dude, we did the Guardians of the Galaxy one. There was a 90-minute wait in the lightning lane. And we rode that thing 3 times in a span of 20 minutes. And that ride too. Unreal.
I haven't read that. I don't think I've read the Guardians.
Yeah,
of the
that's like a newer one. That one was
Gotcha.
at Epcot. We went to that one after we did Tower of Terror. But kids were like, you could see the magic and twinkle in their eye at the Magical Kingdom. And then all the other ones are like fully embracing. We're not having, and it wouldn't be a bad thing if the kids were like, I don't want to ride this ride. Then you have to go and you have to walk out. But like, we're game for everything. Willow wanted to do the rock and roller coaster. Taylor was like, no. And she probably wasn't too tall. She wasn't tall enough anyway, probably. But like fully about it. Took like the tiredness on the chin and just like kept moving forward. Like truly the best trip we've ever had as a family. Like that was like, this one's truly about the kids. Like it was awesome. It was
something about theme parks, bro.
Something about theme parks.
They are the best.
Is there a better feeling than the anticipation of the?
No, bro.
I missed that
keeps
feeling.
going. And it's like when you're going and that first moment where you're like, sit back in your chair like, oh, we're kind of just ticking straight up, aren't we?
And then it kind of pauses for a second, then catapults back up again. You're like, this is it.
This is it. Yeah, dude. They were awesome, man. And dude, this tour guide, Austin, he was incredible the whole time. A wealth of knowledge. He was like everything we did, he was like so game for. He was all about the kids. At one point, Willow's legs start to get a little tired. He goes and we get to the next stop and he's got a 2-seater stroller just waiting for them. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I go to like get it. He's like, you're on vacation. Let me push the kids.
That's a vibe right
and
there.
I'm like, bro, you are the fucking man.
Sure.
Ended up being a fan of the boys too. He's like, yeah, we like get towards like the middle of the day and he's like, I got to ask you, Tunnel of Chaos. I'm like, oh, you're about
So
it.
y'all
huh?
got that right here?
Yeah. You got that ride? I'll hit that ride right now. But yeah, he had it, but he was super professional, super great guy. Gave him my phone number at the end. I was like, hey man, we'll be back. Like it's in your lane if you want to text me or not. So we've been texting a little bit, but dude, it was sick. It was
Sherm's got up here group trip to Dolly World.
It's Dollywood.
Dollywood.
I've never been. I would love to go.
It's awesome. It's a great theme park. It's 3 hours. It's right outside of Knoxville and Pigeon Forge. It's a fun theme park. In the summer too, they have
some good coasters.
Yeah. They have a Screaming Eagle, which is like massive one. Like one you'd see at Islands of Adventure. They also in the summer have a really good water park, but it's like a really fun for the family. All these like, you know, like kind of like Appalachian style, like, you know, characters and like, you know, these just like it's a good.
Is the Screaming Eagle a wooden roller coaster?
No, it's metal.
Okay.
And it's a beast.
It looks like a beast. Is it the blue one right here?
I think so. I think it's called the Screaming Eagle.
That's dude. I
But they got
love
one that
coasters, bro.
you get off and your legs are
Going to like
shaky.
Six Flags as a young buck. By the way, you see Travis Kelce's invested in. He's got like a Six Flags thing. I think he invested. got to invest
he's
in
like
Six
with
Flags.
a financial group where they're trying to revive Six Flags. The
Juices
funniest quote
me
tweet
up.
I saw was like, "This is exactly what I expect Travis Kelce to be doing with his money."
Yeah.
Dude, which the Six Flags in St. Louis is incredible.
Yeah, bro. You been?
Oh yeah, bro. They got the water slide. It was one of my first ones when the platform drops out from underneath you.
Yeah. Hurricane Harbor.
Tank down. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Sign me
Did you
up.
ride? Did you go?
I wrote it all.
You did it all, bro. Hey, the Mr. Freeze.
Yes, bro.
You talking about the Aerosmith one? Like Mr. Freeze. My very first roller coaster I ever ride was the Batman.
Yeah.
Where you like stand in line, it's got Gotham. Like it is all time. Like we were on the Batman to where you're kind of sitting, your legs are dangling. And that was my first coaster, and I was absolutely terrified, bro. To where I was the eye closed kid for a few roller coasters until I got more comfortable. But dude, Six Flags in St. Louis with the Mr. Freeze, they have a Screaming Eagle, but it's a wooden one, and even the back too, kind of, you know, it's got like the lore of it kind of skips tracks and things like that. But the boss, bro, there was a guy who set like a world record for riding the boss X amount of times in a row, where you'd have the black gloves and everything else, and he just stayed on the boss. But the Six Flags in St. Louis was just a dream when you were growing up.
Gotta get y'all to Carowinds. Dale has a few roller coasters there because it's like right outside of Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
So they have the Intimidator and then they have Fury, and Fury is one of the fastest roller coasters in the country. And it's one of those that the thing is only on your thighs, nothing over top. You have a seat belt and something over your thighs, and you hit that first drop, butt out of the seat.
Oh my gosh,
See,
bro.
I like the belt one because the ones that go over the shoulders, like obviously I'm not built for that. So every time I'm getting in, like it's like comes down and I have it like this.
You like one click.
Yeah, bro.
Trying to shove it in a little bit more.
Taylor holding on hard.
When I was Big Taylor and we would be at Universals, I'd be at like the Hulk, and they'd be a person that like kind of like got me in one. They're like, "You're good." I'm thinking, "Ain't no fucking way I'm good, dude." Yeah, that's the scariest part for me is just getting in the damn seat.
Anybody go to the Six Flags in New Jersey with the King to Ka?
Have not. I've been to the one in Cincinnati. Logan and I, his mom, we did like a roller coaster, or we did a theme park trip when we were in high school.
That's sick.
To where we went to, you hit St. Louis. We went out to Chicago and hit the Six Flags in Chicago. We went up to Ohio and hit the Six Flags in Cincinnati, I believe. I think we hit one more in Ohio, but dude, it was so fun. Where you're just like chasing the front seat on every roller coaster.
My senior year trip in high school, we went to the Six Flags in New Jersey, and the King to Ka was the tallest roller coaster. I don't know if it was the world or in the U.S.
Over Cedar Point? I know Cedar Point was like the big dog growing up.
King to Ka, I think it was either the tallest or the
I think
fastest.
Cedar Point had the fastest.
Okay.
Or,
It's a wooden one, yeah.
But you go up on King to Ka and like you feel like you can see the curve of the earth. That's how tall you are.
Oh shit!
They end up they just tore it down. It's not there anymore.
Damn.
But it was like, if we're coming here, like this is the one ride you need to hit. And then it was sick, but it was fucking.
Bro, the Mr. Freeze in St. Louis, like you get to where you're at the end of the ride and you're like going up extremely high, and then you go back through it all backwards. But you start out, it's like in this awesome theme, Mr. Freeze
It's cold
facility.
in there.
It's cold in there.
Dude, that to me is not the best part of the ride, but I love a ride that tells a story while you're waiting in line.
Yeah, and it's like it's one of those ones where you get all buckled in and everything else, and you get out to the middle of the track and you scoot up a little bit, but then you stop, and then you're sitting there and it goes from like 0 to 60 or 0 to 90, like, you know, within seconds, and you just hear like as you're sitting there and you're like, this is it, and you just hear I mean, you just fly out, dude. It is amazing.
Because then there's the other side to it too, where one line is going forward and the other one you get shot backwards.
Yeah.
And I didn't know which way I was going. I was assuming I'm going forward, and it did the get off, and I went flying backwards. I was
You hear the little
yeah.
It gets by you.
Yeah.
And it's one too to where as you go up at the end of it, you'll you'll drop a coin or spit or something like that to see if it tracks back with you. I know spitting sounded crazy, but
No, but definitely a kid thing to do for sure.
Yeah,
The high school thing. Dude, I don't know if this is a cold or how you guys will feel about this, but I think it's way scarier to start very slow than it is to just shoot off.
I like both. I love the slow tick.
I like them all the same. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, as far as an anticipation standpoint of being like slowly just like cranking up for the roller coaster to start, like that's I think the biggest fear for me.
Yeah, because it brings more the fear inside of you. Whereas like in the Mr. Freeze one, like you're in the facility and it's more the anticipation of hearing those clicks as they get back and work towards you, and you know you're just about to take off, lose your stomach.
Yeah, dude. That's God.
Shout out to whoever made the first amusement park.
Dude.
Right. Dude, there was this one in California. I think it was called like the Big Dipper. And my mom, I was there with my mom one year and I wasn't tall enough to go on. So she went to the store and got like platform sandals and like a bucket hat and like held it real high so I could go on the ride. And I was shitting myself. I was I didn't want to go. She basically pulled me on the thing. Dude, first 12 years of life, I was afraid of everything. Yeah. I was afraid of doing it all. I was the kid that would excuse me, I get to the top of like a water slide, I'm and you start walking down the stairs. I know, dude. I know. It's so terrible. Should we talk about Chad Powers?
That's been a roller coaster.
Can I get off?
Get off.
No. We're not going to give spoilers. We can't.
What you're talking?
Can you and I talk about it after the show then?
We can talk about it after the show. I'm saying we got to talk about it because obviously Chad Powers is a sponsor of ours.
We got to talk about the last episode.
But I'm not talking about the last episode. Clump's like our head guy. Like he knows the sponsors and everything else. Like we got to talk about the last episode. I'm telling you, bro, we cannot talk about the last episode.
Can't talk about it, dude.
I've watched it. It is incredible. I feel like people are getting bought into Chad Powers. I've been seeing a lot of people posting about it now. Go watch Chad Powers. It is a phenomenal show. There has to be, we don't know as fact, we do not know as fact, but there has to be another season.
Yeah. And if there isn't another season, this podcast will be the one holding the flag for. There has to be another season.
Has to be another season.
Yeah.
And Clump, the only reason I'm saying that we just cannot, it comes out on Tuesdays on Hulu. This show drops Tuesday morning. People aren't going to be able to watch. People won't have watched episode 6 of Chad Powers, and it is one I just feel like we cannot spoil for people.
I agree. I'm okay with that. I think what we should do, though, is what was your favorite moment from episodes 1 through 5 of Chad Powers? Read the ad
first.
Yeah, wait. Somebody get us the ad. Look, the ad.
You have the ad.
The ad is go watch Chad Powers.
The ad is go watch Chad Powers. Yes.
I'm gonna sit here and do a bunch of fluff. 8 years after flushing his promising football career down the toilet, hotshot quarterback Russ Holiday tries to redirect his dreams by disguising himself as Chad Powers, a talented oddball who walks on at a struggling South Georgia Catfish team. Based on Eli Manning's Eli's Places segment from ESPN and Omaha Productions, it's a new comedy starring Glenn Powers, Russ Holiday, hotshot quarterback. This comedy event will take viewers by surprise with a comeback story everyone can relate to. Chad Powers is now streaming with new episodes on Tuesdays on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply. Go watch Chad Powers. Go watch it. You said you watched 6.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I went back to watch. I was because we had the conversation on the plane last week. And I was like, yeah, I've seen episode 5. I went back. I was missing the last 6 minutes.
Which is debatably the most important 6 minutes in the entire show.
Dude, I agree 100% because this morning I wake up and I'm like, oh, I gotta watch that. Not only for this ad read that we have to do, but also for us three to have this conversation that I wanted to have last Wednesday on our flight to New York, buddy.
Crazy.
And I know you haven't seen it.
I know.
Oh my God.
I'm stoked for tomorrow to watch. That's for sure.
When we got on the plane to fly to New York, and because I had Charles was in London with Rue last week, so when Scotty was down, I was catching up on Chad Powers. Watched, caught up to 5 because 5 was out, and it was so good. I'm just thinking like those last 6 minutes you're talking about, Jack, that I had to log in to the access we had to watch episode 6. I sat there, laid there in my bed, watched episode 6 on my phone. And when we got on the plane to go to New York, I'm just salivating. I'm wanting to spoil it, not to spoil it, because I just wanted to talk about it so badly.
Yeah, you wanted it for you. You did a good job holding your tongue, but at one point Will goes, "Can I just tell you, or can you guys put headphones on so I can just say it out loud because I need to get it out?"
Yeah, I just need to get it off my chest.
Dude, let's talk about the
Taylor
last
didn't
6
watch the last 6 minutes. So you've watched.
I've watched it all. I've seen episode 6 now and everything.
So Taylor hadn't watched the last 6 minutes.
But let's talk about the last 6 minutes of the episode 5.
The heart attack.
He starts to have a heart attack.
The wife coming downstairs. The moment you feel, and I hate it for people who aren't caught up. I know everybody that's caught up. I promise you we're not going to spoil episode 6. And for people that haven't watched it, like, oh shit, they're talking about how it all went down. The moment that the wife comes downstairs.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen episode 5 and you want to, just fast forward. Okay, just fast forward from this point. Because, when she comes downstairs and they have the whole thing, and the coach brings up, well, what about the weight room or the training room 2 months ago? She's like, you knew about that? She's like, he basically texted it to me. I thought that's a good part for her to walk away and end. But then she tells him, I fucked Russ Holiday in a bar.
Dude.
While he's sitting there.
As Chad Powers, and they're trying to shoot a college game. They're trying to shoot like a game day special.
Yeah.
Then when he chucks his keys into the water.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, that's kind of crazy. You just chuck his keys in the water. And they go in there and he's like, hey, Ricky, can you come over for a second? Can you call 911? And then she's on hold at 911. Wendy won't answer her phone. And
that's the start of 6.
Yeah, chill.
That's the start of 6.
Is it?
Yeah, the ending of 5. The ending of 5 is they're sitting there and they're kind of reflecting on the day that happened. Right. And she's like, Ricky's kind of like Russ Holiday, and he's like, he's a cancer everywhere he's been. Like, I've been following this kid since high school, college, every team he's been on, he's been a cancer. And Chad Powers, Russ Holiday's like sitting there having to drink it all in, and you're just like, it's that part to where you're like feeling, as the viewer, you're like feeling bad for like Russ Holiday and Chad Powers and everything else. Cause as you see in the season, he is like, he's trying to resurrect his career selfishly at first, but then he's like bought into like wanting to right his wrongs and everything else, and realize he made such an insane mistake with the wife at the bar the night before when he's having a really low moment. And, but the ending is like, hey, Ricky, can you come here for a second? She walks over. Yeah, Dad, what's going on? Anything you need? He's like, I think I'm having a heart attack. Yeah. And they just have the shock face, and then it cuts off.
Can I say one thing about episode 6? It's not going to be a spoiler.
Jack's like, God damn it, bro.
I'm up, so no, don't. I don't know why everybody hasn't watched it, so you can't say a thing about it.
Well, technically, we're supposed to talk about episode 6. We're just saying, hey, I'm saying this right now for the Hulu people and the Chad Powers people that say we got to talk about. We're not talking about episode 6, so quit asking.
So quit asking.
Yeah, quit asking. It's good to where I don't want to say anything because I truly feel like people need to go watch this show. Yeah. Because I tweeted about it last week. You go into it thinking this is going to be probably corny. They're beating a dead horse with this little Hollywood theatrics of Chad Powers. It is a very good show.
It's a legitimately good show. I'm going to say one thing about episode 6. I'm going to say one thing about it, and it's not going to give anything away. It's really just for Will. The bus scene. Right?
Yeah.
All right, we're good. I literally all I said, I didn't give anything away.
No, he gave nothing
I gave
away.
nothing away, and I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do it to the viewer. I know how you feel on the plane. I had to say it. I just had to say that out loud.
Yeah, but now like I or other people will know when that scene pops up.
But just know when that scene pops up, you're gonna be oh shit, here's the scene, and then you're not gonna know what happens.
Right? Because body.
Don't say anything.
I won't.
Nothing else.
Get us off the mic, dude. If you want us to stop talking. Like right. This.
Let's talk about Fresh Set It Down.
There we go. That's what we need. Everybody needs a Fresh Set It Downs. Go watch Chad Powers. Fresh Set It Downs is a segment where we spotlight one transfer portal player, current or past, who wasn't playing well or was buried on the depth chart, and all they needed was a fresh set of downs in order to spark their redemption story and turn their college careers around. Do you want to rip our Fresh Set It Downs player this week?
Our Fresh Set It Downs player this week is the heart and soul of possibly the entire SEC. Diego Pavia.
Yeah.
Started at New Mexico Military Institute, transferred to New Mexico State, transferred to Vandy, currently 5th in the Heisman voting, plus 850 on the FanDuel Sportsbook, if you're wondering. 1,600 passing yards, you might be thinking, Taylor, 15 TDs, boys. 15 TDs. 458 rushing yards, 5 TDs. That boy has taken over an entire program, and they have fully embraced his mentality. And they got something over there.
Diego Pavia could very easily be Russ Holiday.
Gets to the natty.
Yeah.
Trucks a kid in a wheelchair. Friend of the show. Could very easily. Yes.
You haven't watched it, have you, JP?
No.
Clump, you've watched it?
What?
Chad Powers?
Yeah. Fully through.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, JP, you gotta watch this show,
It's
man.
a fun one.
It's a fun one, and because
It's an easy watch too. They're
Easy
30-minute
watch.
episodes, 6 episodes.
It is and it
It's
isn't.
funny.
Like, it's an easy watch, but
you get stressed watching.
you're
it.
stressed.
You're stressed.
There's a piece of anxiety the whole time, which is why you keep coming back.
Yeah, they do a good job, like with football related scenes. Where like in a couple episodes, you're like, oh shit, like these are games. Like you can like see actual like play taking place, which is fun. But there's a couple historically inaccurate things, and I won't get into it, but it doesn't matter.
There's going to be holes in
balls.
every TV show. We're not saying there's no holes in this story.
Yeah, like the whole
But it
coaching
is-
staff for South Georgia is 3 people.
Yeah.
Is that?
We need
Yeah.
everybody to watch Chad Powers.
That's right. You're right. There's 4.
And you're telling me, like, once you get the national spotlight of game day and everything else, like diving into Chad Powers, like you're gonna find like they that would be put out there.
There'd be no way that'd be held.
Yeah, but again, it's a fun show.
It's Hollywood,
a funny
baby.
show, and it weirdly has you like sitting on the edge of your seat, like bought into all of the storylines.
Absolutely. Sherman, you have a question?
Question: how do we get y'all in season 2?
That's already in the works.
Okay.
If there would be a season 2.
If there's a season
If
2,
there would be a season 2.
we guaranteed have a read for it.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
We've passed our verbal messages that have been a little violent on how much season 2 needs to happen. And again, if the boys want to do a little cameo action, we'll be available.
We could do that.
What role would you want to play? Like, how would you want to be featured in the show?
Honestly, probably the same way Eli Manning was.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
you just be like yourselves. You play each other.
Or maybe like, there's like a sit down with Chad on Bussin' With The Boys.
Right.
Maybe I'm the head coach of the Huskers. They're playing the Huskers that week.
House rules.
Yeah. Doing a podcast.
Before we get out, we had a couple more things to do. We did the wedding. NSU Wolves won a thriller, OT, 49-48 after doing the all-time. We did the all-time low announcement for them. So shout out the Wolves, baby.
Yeah, we
That
got
was
to
such a
announce
fun
the,
video to
all
make.
black
Shout out
unis.
Sherm too. It was a great idea, great plan. Truly enjoyed making that video.
Great vocals.
Thank you.
Great vocals.
I've been saying it for years.
But they did. Like I felt like their social team got a lot of love. Like their team got a lot of love and attention from it. Then they got a sick OT win.
Sick.
Couldn't have scripted it better.
Yeah, could not have scripted it better.
Josh Button on TierTalk at Joshua_Button says the pelvic thrust that at Will Compton is throwing is wild, but the eye contact he's making with the camera is out of bounds. This needs to be discussed on #TierTalk. You had a plan?
Yeah, I had a plan. You just had to buy in. My role was going to be more background of like vibes of you singing, like be a role guy. And that's what I wanted to go with. I wanted with intense focus and intense staring at the camera while the hip thrusts are happening. Because hip thrusts, you can't take them lightly. You can't just half-ass a hip thrust.
You got to fully buy into a hip thrust.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Another Tier Talk here. This one right here? This comes from F Being Sober on X. What is the best Blink 182 song of all time? #TierTalk for Taylor Lewan.
What a hilarious handle.
Yeah.
That is such a difficult song. It's really like what stage of life you're in, because they have just banger after banger after banger. The one that comes to mind is the 2003 self-titled album. First track on the song, Feeling This. I think that is my number one right now, because I do still digest Blink 182 very consistently. But what mood are you in? Because they got a little sampler. It's like Chili's samplers, right? They got a little bit of everything based on what mood you're in. Blink 182 absolutely has that.
This one is from Big Plays Only. Sicko and For the Dads PT6 checking in with the new hat. Peep the sticker on the weight stack. #ScoDucks. #Tier1. #TierTalk. Shout out the boy.
Shout out the boy.
Yeah, that's a nice setup. That's a nice Oregon Duck setup right there.
That's a tier 1 right there, and it makes me feel like we should highlight a tier 1 every single week. Just seeing that photo,
Yeah.
like the start of something new, where that guy's just fully bought into the Ducks, bought into the boys. What more could you ask for? PT6er. What else you got for us, Sherm?
Scariest movie of all time.
Fuller Lawler at Lawler_53 says, "What is the scariest movie of all time?" #TierTalk, #Spooktober. I think every year they come out with a scarier and scarier movie. What was I think the number 1 voted scary movie of all time was Sinister, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was like they had a list come out of 50. My personal scariest movie that I witnessed that affected me the most was freshman year of college. Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name of the movie. Paranormal Activity. That's exactly what it is. Paranormal Activity. Saw that with Cam Gordon at the State Street Theater. I said it so many times in this show, but we ran back to West Quad and I couldn't sleep alone for 3 weeks. It was that scary.
I felt the same way. And then the more that I learned about video editing, I was like, this was too easy.
Dude,
Too
the budget
easy
for that
and
movie was $10,000.
$10,000.
That's all they needed.
It was
Because when you like really look at how you edit something like that, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, this is $10,000 worth of work. One of the greatest business moves of all time.
Yeah, like changed. It sparked this entire new like paranormal movie thing that's kind of taken over for horror films. Like, it's unreal.
Yeah.
Like The Exorcist was like the first one that came out in whatever the 70s. But like then it's kind of been like whatever until like Paranormal Activity really set it off. There's always been like 6 of those movies.
The Ring got me.
I walked out of The Ring when I was 12.
Yeah, that was
I
scary.
walked out of that.
Chucky really scared me when I was little. Paranormal Activity, I agree. First search I did coming out of that theater was seeing if it was a true story.
Yeah. Blair Witch Project is also one of those movies. Anything that's a handheld.
The Conjuring was terrifying.
Yep. Yes. The first Conjuring movie, dude. I need to see the newest one that came out. Have you all seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
We might have to do a little movie night.
And then some of The Exorcists. Like there's another one. There I forget which one it was, but the one that's like out
One we
out
had
in like the desert. You know what I'm talking about?
no.
Maybe I think it's out in the desert.
Gotta have them all this week.
Yeah, gotta have
them all this week. The that Sinister 2 movie that was playing during Thursday Night Football last week, I haven't seen that movie. And I kept peeking over to the side thinking, I gotta watch this. This looks terrifying.
It's a really scary movie.
Yeah, is it really?
Very.
I need that. What I need too is a new Friday the 13th. Because that movie's been in, I think, like lawsuits for a while. Who owns what rights?
Yeah.
Seems like that's gotten figured out. Yeah, that's what I heard through the grapevine.
If you could be in any scary movie, which one would you want to be in?
Be in any scary movie?
Like, do I live? Any scary movie? I could pick any scary movie I want.
Yeah, like out of all your favorites, would you want to be
Oh.
chased by Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers or deal with the paranormal activity?
The paranormal stuff I would stay away from.
I mean, if we're in the movie, immersed in the concept, immersed in the horror, I wouldn't want to be in any movie.
Yeah.
Great answer. You could also be the villain.
Like Scooby-Doo.
You'd have to do something that's like, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be an awesome one.
That's the one I choose then.
All right,
That's the one I'd
me
want to
too.
be in. Yeah. Yeah. dude.
Yeah.
Even though you're in on the bit, you're still scared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're knowing it's a bit and you can kind of get away or do your own thing, but I'm just thinking if you're fully immersed and thinking this stuff is happening to you.
Yeah.
I mean, what a blender you'd be.
Definitely don't want
wish
to be in
that
the Saw
upon
movies.
almost anyone.
No. Hey, just think about like Freddy Krueger, like falling asleep.
That's to me the worst one.
Chucky chasing you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scary
be in
movie
the scary
1, 2,
movies,
3,
yeah.
4, 5.
Yeah.
We need another one of those.
They're doing a remake.
Because in
Or
scary movie,
they're starting back up now.
you're around friends and you feel like you're solving something kind of together. And
Yeah.
you know it's a human. You know it's somebody trying to rewrite the stories that have been happening, like who the killer is.
Are you talking about Scream?
Yeah.
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 That's a good one.
I feel like Final Destination would be a terrible one because you never.
Oh, I thought you were
something-
going to say a good one.
Something could pop off at literally any second.
I still get behind like the lumber trucks, and
Yeah.
that's all I can think
Dude,
about.
yes.
Yep.
Honestly, any rainy highway I get on, That's one of the first things that popped through my head is like, yo, Final Destination right now would be crazy. Those movies got a little wonky.
For
in like
sure.
the third and fourth one, the water
Hey, some
kind of just
fucked up
running.
ones. Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, any like, this is not that, but Rob Zombie movies, like all the gory type of, yeah. What is that? Midsommar? Hereditary? Those movies?
Those are wild.
Terrifying. Yeah, those just got like a creepiness
I
to
remember
them.
seeing Jeepers Creepers, maybe 1 or 2 for the first time.
Bro, Jeepers
Is
Creepers.
the first one when the like right out of the gate it like attacks the school bus?
That
Or
is
that's
the
the
second
second
one.
one.
I was out the room.
Yeah, because Jeepers
Hell
Creepers
no.
1 kind of does a really good job of, I think it's a great movie.
Yeah, I
Of
do
like
too.
the brother and sister kind of
Mhm.
getting around there on a road trip.
Yeah.
And then there's a license plate beating you, but really ends up being B eating you. That's just nuts. What else we got around here? What else we got around here?
I think we get out of here, bro. We've been podcasting for 5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Do we want to do pet peeve? Anything like that? Let's get out of here, huh?
Let's get out
Let's
of
get
here.
out of here, man.
Happy
Shout out you.
Spooktober. Happy
Happy
Halloween.
Spooktober. Greatest holiday there is.
You sure?
Tune into the stream on Thursday. Big hugs, tiny kisses.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to interrupt this episode to bring you Neutral. Have you tried Neutral? If not, you are missing out. Neutral is so much better than any seltzer I've tried. It's made with real vodka and real juice, and that's what makes it delicious. Comes in a variety of flavors. My 2 personal favorite, pineapple and lime. Neutral is the perfect drink to bring when you're hanging with friends, and it's such a crowd pleaser. Neutral, let's keep it tasty, boys. Also, we are brought to you by Blue Diamond. Blue Diamond almonds are the super nut, and it hits you with a little protein punch to keep you going. Available in 20 different flavors like honey roasted, wasabi, and soy sauce, and smokehouse. Listen, I'm a big habanero barbecue guy. I like a little spice, a little bit of water on the side because it does get the taste buds a little bit. Fantastic nut. And this football season, you can win $10,000 grand prize or hundreds of other instant win prizes with Blue Diamond. Visit bdsweeps.com for a chance to win. No purchase necessary. Ends November 30th, 2025. Open to 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 plus. For rules, visit bdsweeps.com. Void where prohibited. Blue Diamond Almonds, the official snack of the Big Ten and football fans everywhere. Last but not least, let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/bussin. Use promo code bussin, BUSSIN, to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code BUSSIN, BUSSIN, to get 20% off. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every customer is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Subscribe to our show. Let's get back to the episode. Handsome boy. Tristan, how we feeling, bud?
Feeling good, fellas.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
I love your shirt. What an ode to one of the goats, huh?
Yeah, well, the boys just made these. This is the Don't Little White Boy Get a Little Motion shirt.
Dude, that is outstanding. Are we rolling, Mitchie Boy?
Yes, sir.
Can I start off with I just have a question for him.
Can I start out by introducing him?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
Introduce him,
all right,
introduce him,
all right.
introduce him first.
Because I'd also like to talk about. Oh shit! Fuck. Hold on. Oh, Tristan, can I ask you a question? Have you ever had a Bud Light before?
I have had a Bud Light. I've
All
had
right.
a few Bud Lights.
Did you know that Bud Light is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste? And Bud Light has the official sponsor of the NFL, which you play in, the NFL Draft, Tight End University, the UFC, and Shane Gillis' 2025 tour. Also, Tristan, you're not on this list. You maybe should be. Some of the partners are Peyton Manning, George Kittle, Baker Mayfield, Emmitt Smith, Shane Gillis, Post Malone, Dustin Poirier, and you, sir. You, good sir, could stock up on Bud Light if you just head to www.budlight.com/locator to find a store near you. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And our guest, 2-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Super Bowl champ, the number 28 player in the NFL Top 100 from the past season. Let's give a round of applause for Tristan Wirfs. Electrostatic to have you, sir. I will now turn it over to William Earl Compton.
Tristan, welcome to Bussin' With The Boys, bro. I want to, out of the gate, I just want to ask you, what are we squatting in this past offseason? What have you put on that bar? What have you loaded your spine with? Because you're a big, strong boy, Iowa Hawkeye now. I'm curious what you're putting up these days.
It's not like I used to. I had surgery this offseason, so I was belt squatting. I was belt squatting this offseason.
Oh,
now are we a true belt squatter, or to where you're going ass to grass, not getting help with the bars, or your hands on the bars so that we can load it up for ego?
It's hands on the bars. Are you kidding me?
Smart man.
Hands on the bars all day.
All day.
Put another 45 on there.
Yes, absolutely.
What about two-part question? Do you still go to community public pools? And if so, do you still jump out of the shallow end to impress
No
people?
shot. I don't think I could. I could probably do it if I get a couple tries, but I don't know. I'd probably scrape my shin. I would destroy that.
Yeah. How was that one of those things where like the draft process is coming? You're sitting there and you're like, hey, somebody take this video for me so I can show all the scouts what's what, or how did that whole video come about?
That was from my freshman year of college. Like that was like down on my Instagram, and then they like when the draft process started happening, somebody like found it and put it back out there, and it helped. I was like, we'll take that.
That shit helped. I mean, we watched it this morning in the pre-production, and we're like, bro, this is insane. And then I was like, yeah, I think he had a great combine too. You didn't have a great combine. You had an absolutely elite combine. It actually kind of disgusted me because my whole thing is like, I was an athletic offensive lineman, and you just buried me in every single category. It was incredible. Like, did you know when you got to the combine, you're like, these kids have no idea what they're about to witness.
I remember, like, I knew the vertical was gonna be pretty decent. I always knew I had some bunnies. I knew I had bunnies. But like when I just trained at Iowa with Coach Doyle, for combine prep, and he didn't really like tell us any numbers or like, we'd practice the 40 and stuff, and he didn't really tell us the time. And he just kept telling me, you're gonna be fine. And I'm like, okay. He's like, just go run. Just go do you. And I was like, sounds good. And so like the teams like in the meetings are like, what are you going to run on Saturday? What are you going to jump? And I'm like, we'll see, dude. I was like, we'll see how it goes. And then I got out there, and I remember the 40, I ran it. And then like my agent texted me and was like, you ran a 4.85. And I was like, what? Cause they like then they didn't have, now I think they post the times like up on this big board, but then they didn't. I was like, you're lying, dude. And then the broad jump, like I hadn't hit that. I think I hit 10-1. I wasn't even close to that, like in training, and I was just on probably a little adrenaline dump, but we'll take it. It was fun. It was a fun Saturday.
Yeah, it is. It is very unique because when we did the combine, it was you run your 40, and then you kind of go over to the other group of guys who are like looking on Twitter, like, okay, what did you run? They kind of tell you. I was at the combine last year, and they literally, now there's like fans in there. They display the person running. They show the 40 time in front of everybody so people can ooh and ah at everything you're doing. And it's like, it's amazing how far this has come, because at one point we're all searching for, some sort of hot spot in Indianapolis, trying to figure out like, hey, what did I run in this whole thing? That's, dude, incredible combine stats.
Thank you.
Are you following your team, the Iowa Hawkeyes?
I do follow the Hawks. They put up a good stat line against Minnesota the other day.
Bro, they beat their ass.
Yeah, they did.
Like, I'm an absolute sicko with my Nebraska Cornhuskers, but I feel like Iowa this year has been so confusing to me, but now I feel like they're hitting their stride, and they're actually a very dangerous football team. I think it's wild that they're not in the top 25. I know the AP poll kind of doesn't matter until the college football playoff rankings come out, but you got to be excited about your Iowa Hawkeyes.
No, absolutely. I mean, someone who's talk about a dog is Caleb Witchen, the guy returning kicks. Punts. Yeah. I read something that he's like, he just tied Tim Dwight for, I think, most kicks returned for a touchdown. I think I just read that. Like that's pretty sweet. I mean, Tim Dwight, like, growing up in Iowa, like Tim Dwight's like Superman. So for him to, go tie that record's pretty sick. But they're rolling right now. I mean, KF will always be the GOAT. That's pretty cool to watch. Pretty cool to see the boys doing well.
Yeah. We got a game at the end of the year now. I think you guys are 9-1 on us in the last 10 years.
I never lost to Nebraska.
I did not either.
Will never lost to Nebraska. Both of you guys are undefeated versus Nebraska.
I never lost to Iowa.
Hell yeah. How's that make you feel, Tristan? Does it make you nervous sitting virtually on this bus right now?
No.
No, he got his lick.
Where's it at? Where's the game at?
Lincoln.
Okay.
I'm
not nervous.
And what was the score of the Iowa Minnesota game?
Bad, like 40-0.
41-3 or something like that.
41-3.
Iowa scored a program high 41 points.
41 points. Beat Minnesota's ass. My analogy is like, okay, I guess they had this massive emotional win against Nebraska because Minnesota stormed the field. Maybe Nebraska was their Super Bowl. They got too high for their britches. They went out to Iowa, or they hosted Iowa, wherever that game was played, and Iowa beat their ass. But
Couldn't have been
Iowa
Minneapolis.
Iowa, yeah, not Minneapolis. 2 Fridays ago.
No one's winning there.
But got out physical. I was obviously surprised seeing the score, and I'm like, dude, I was kind of making some noise now. Getting
their stride.
Yeah, hitting their stride.
Which is good for us.
Yeah, we got USC this weekend.
Yeah.
But I would like to bring you in on the annual bet that I have with George Kittle. Whoever kind of loses the game, Iowa, Nebraska, you have to publicly acknowledge the ass whooping on video. Are you willing to go that far with your team to where I know you're not the biggest social media guy, but the Iowa Hawkeyes go down against the Huskers last game of the year in November? I'm going to need a video of you talking about how, Coach Rule, year 3, Will Compton, they've built a juggernaut out there. They own us. Nebraska's back on top. And I will do the same thing. Whatever you need, I will include you in this video.
Okay. That's fair. I'm game. I'm down with that.
Okay. All right, good.
I got to get Levante on something.
Yeah, Boogie. His nickname for us was Boogie. I always said I was going to name my first pit bull that I had Boogie because that's how Boogie kind of operated back in the day in college football. But yeah, get Boogie involved. I don't even think he has social media or has X. Twitter.
Not him. He's all ball.
He's Ed Reed, bro. He's all ball.
Yeah.
And he's still doing it at extremely high level right now.
Year 14. Insane.
Insane.
Yeah, still crushing it. Let's talk about Iowa. And obviously, you're an Iowa cat. I'm assuming that's the reason you grew up an Iowa Hawkeye fan. Am I correct in assuming all that?
Yeah, you're pretty spot on.
Okay.
I mean, my hometown is 25 minutes away from the University of Iowa.
So I grew up as a young buck going to the games. That Kirk Ferentz guy, he might not be there when you're growing up. Sure enough, he is. Yeah, this is a place you want to go to. You guys are going to, compete for a Big Ten championship every 7 years. That's the kind of program. What other schools were you looking at or that were offering you, and that if Iowa was not on the board, all these other schools might have been? Michigan and who else?
I only had 2 offers. I just had Iowa and Iowa State. They were my only offers.
No way.
That is nuts.
This guy.
Yeah, this guy.
What was your what was your height and weight coming out of high school? What was your rivals?
I was 6'5", 320.
And people were just like, not for us?
Must have been. It was crazy. I was like, it's tough. Like, you're a high schooler. You're seeing like all these people on Twitter, like your age, getting all these offers, and you're like, what am I doing wrong, dog?
Yeah.
But I was at a baseball game, and Iowa State called me, and they're like, hey, we love your tape. We want to offer you. And then because we do baseball, Iowa does baseball in the summer, so like, they just called me like kind of out of the blue, and then I had a camp. Like an O-line camp or something, like a big man camp at Iowa a couple weeks later. And then they offered me after that. And that was pretty much the extent of my recruiting. I took a visit to Michigan State, and I get up there and they didn't have tickets for me and my mom. And I didn't talk to anybody up there. Like none of the coaches came to talk to me. None of like the recruiting directors talked to me, and we left at halftime. And I think I called Coach Morgan like on the drive home. I was like, I'm ready to commit, dog. I guess let's do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God.
So that was pretty much it. I committed. It was like right after. It was like at the end of my junior season. I committed to Iowa.
That's crazy. And now you're a top 30 player in the NFL, based on your peers voting you that. What's it been like for you, coming from a, small town Iowa, not getting recruited by anybody, to now you're respected across the league as you are today?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it doesn't feel real sometimes. Just living my dream. I wanted to play football since I was, 5 years old. I'd made this poster in kindergarten that says like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said football. I want to be a football player. So just being able to live out a dream and, do my best to help this team be great. And just have fun doing it has been just surreal, honestly.
Dude, getting drafted, Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, the goat of all goats, is there. What was it like playing with Tom? You see the relationship break up with the Patriots. He comes down. Everyone's like, this is the middle of the conversation. Was it Bill Belichick or Tom Brady? We obviously know the end and the answer to that conversation now. But going into that building and seeing the greatest to ever do it. What was it like being his teammate and knowing that like I have to block for him? I know he gets it out fast, but if I give up a sack, like I could kill him.
Yeah, talk about nightmare fuel, dude. That's what they told me like when they called me on draft night, like, you ready to protect Tom Brady? And I was like, what? I was like,
shit, really?
I was like, you got to be kidding me. But no, like blocking for Tom was incredible. I remember like I had Shaq Barrett and JPP like my first training camp, and they were just cooking me, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. And it was Tom told me, he just pulled me aside. He said, don't get beat fast and don't get beat inside, and we'll be okay. And I was like, sounds good, you know. And I remember trying to break it down like as simple as possible. I was like, just stay in front of the guy. Like, you know, if you're gonna lose, like die a slow death, you know, just be an athlete. I was just trying to keep him upright because, like obviously, like, you know, you get him hit hard, and I was like, I don't want to be the one to end Tom Brady's career. You know, which it turns out it was, like, you know, last play of Tom's career, I gave up a sack. That's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. That's haunting. But getting to play with Tom was unbelievable. You know, just coming in and watching him work and getting to be in that huddle was like playing a video game. It was Tom, Gronk, AB, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, like Leonard Fournette. Like it was insane just being in that huddle. But it was unbelievable. Like that's all I can say about it. It was like, to this day, looking back on it, like it doesn't feel real. Like it just getting to, you know, I got to play with Tom Brady, you know, the greatest football player of all time. It was just crazy.
What was it like mentally for a young guy when, you know, Tom gives you that advice, but throughout the season, I'm sure there were a couple moments to where you got beat pretty good or Tom gets hit. Like what's going through your mental state when looking back and seeing like Tom laying on the ground, like, oh shit, am I about to get coached up hard here? I kind of hate going into the facility on Monday to watch the film with everybody.
Yeah, it was my fourth game playing the Bears, and I was like all week, I'm like, I got Khalil Mack out there. I was like, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
And it was COVID, Thursday Night Football, and it's the play where he like flipped me afterwards. And I'm in my head after it happened, I was like, no, you know, nobody saw it. No one's in the stands. Like, we're fine. And then immediately after I had that thought, I was like, it's COVID. It's Thursday Night Football. Everyone in the world's watching. And I remember getting to the locker room after the game, and my buddy texted me, said, it's not that. He said, it wasn't that bad, bro. And I was like, okay, so it looked terrible. So that was, that was the sack I gave up my rookie year. And that still sticks with me.
You say the sack. How many sacks did you give up your rookie year?
One.
Oh, that is fire.
I mean, that's not just fire. That's absolutely incredible to be a rookie in the NFL and to give up only one sack the entire time.
Yeah. And it happened in game 4s. Like, are you just walking up to Tom like, hey, are you just apologizing?
Yeah.
You're just saying, hey, that's my bad.
Picking him up off the ground. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Tom was known for being like, obviously the ultimate competitor, but like a hothead, especially in practice.
Yeah.
What's the worst ass chewing you ever saw Tom Brady give somebody? Keep in mind, he's retired now. Like no one's coming to get you. Your PR team's probably looking at you right now. Like, you better be smart.
They're behind the table.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
And I'm just letting them know, and you know, it's all good at this point.
No, to be honest, I don't remember any individual ass chewings. I remember in training camp one year, it might have been my second year. We were just having, you know, it's one of the, like, the dog is a training camp. It's 3 on, 1 off now, but it's, you know, we're in the middle of training camp. And in Tampa, you know, it's disgustingly hot. You know, it's having a slow day and nothing's going right. And I remember he just starts screaming, and he gets this tone in his voice, like this pitch that he gets to when he gets really mad. And it's like, it's terrifying. And then he just takes the ball and punts it. Like, you know, we got the fans, you know, the fans are all there, and he's just going on this rant, just screaming, just kind of like at nobody really, but just yelling to yell, and just kicks the ball across the field. And we're all kind of just like, do we keep going, or like, you know, we're in the middle of a rack, yeah. Like, get a new ball in here. Like, but I don't really remember any specific ass chewings. Like, that was his thing when he came in. He's like, I remember him saying, he's like, it's not about me. He's like, because there were still, you know, we still had like, you know, Levante, Will Golston, like Vita, like all these older guys, Mike, he's like, it's your guys' team. Like, I just want to help us win. So he never really, singled anyone out that I can remember. If he did, he might have done it kind of off to the side or in private. Like I remember Shaq Barrett beat me faster than I've ever been beat before, and just kind of tagged off on top, like ran right by me, pulled me to the side, and he just kind of looked at me. I was like, all right, I was like, I got you, Tom.
Yeah, dude.
He just gave me a little look. I was like, yeah, that's fair.
I'm sure that look felt like it was like 3 hours long, dude.
Just eyes just glued. You're like, okay, like I remember as a young player, like I was like scared to make eye contact with him. But yeah, that was scary.
I was scared to make eye contact. It had to be a fun personality of an offensive room too. Because you got Tom, you got the savvy old wise, the GOAT.
Yeah.
You got Tristan, who's just a new guy trying to figure it out. You got Mike Evans, known for playing video games, being an absolute stud. You also got, we've had him on the bus before, but Leonard Fournette,
who's his own unique personality. Yeah. And then Gronk as well.
Yeah.
Like it's a crazy group of boys out there.
Yeah.
It was wild. It was a wild time.
Oh
yeah. You were on the field when AB dipped during the Jets game. Yeah.
I was. Yeah.
Were you?
We didn't know what was like. The offense was out on the field, so like we're doing like a 2-minute drive before half, and AB was doing that on the sideline, and I've seen clips of it. Like Mike was trying to get him to like stay, and we get in at halftime, and BA was like, AB's gone, like he left you guys. And we're like, what? We're like, what's going? Like, what happened? And then after the game, like we see on Twitter and everything that he just dipped. Yeah, that was wild. That was really crazy.
Yeah, and so BA Bruce is handling this at halftime, saying, "Hey, he dipped on you guys."
He's not a Buccaneer. Like we're like okay, like what? And obviously everyone on the sideline knew what went on, but like we were literally in a 2-minute drive. Like we had no idea.
Yeah, but I'm sure after the game, like you're on the bus.
Yeah.
You go to the airport and you're like pulling like Mike or somebody aside, being like, bro, what happened out there?
Yeah.
Like, what was their vantage point? They're like, yo, he just started freaking out and dipped.
It was something about catches, like not getting enough catches. And I remember Mike going over to him, like trying to take it, like AB's like in the middle of like trying to take his pads off, and Mike's like trying to hold his pads on. And then in the clip too, Mike is like, he's like, okay, whatever, I can't. I was like, I can't deal with this right now. And then he jogs off. That was insane.
That's fucking wild, bro.
That's crazy.
Just hyping up the crowd.
Yeah.
That's just so nuts, dude. So you have had such a unique, because obviously your individual career has been incredible. You get Tom Brady, and then there's this kid who gets drafted first overall from Oklahoma to Cleveland. What happens to Cleveland? They make the playoffs. The next year they don't make the playoffs, but it wasn't like a blowout season. He ends up getting cut, goes to like the Panthers, all these other places, the Rams, and he finds his place in Tampa Bay to compete with, please help me with the name, who was the other quarterback?
Kyle Trask.
Kyle Trask, brought in to compete. At what point did you know, like, oh, this Baker Mayfield cat is going to be the man? You're wearing a shirt with him having a do-rag on. Like you obviously, you understand.
Bakes my dog. I think pretty early. I think I didn't really know it was a competition, to be honest. I thought we were bringing in Bake to like, that's why I just, when it first all happened, I was like, yeah, like Bake's our quarterback. Just seeing him now, like his confidence and, and then knowing everything that his journey is pretty insane. And then, the football he's playing right now is just insane. And just to be able to watch that and be a part of that and do everything we can to help him have success has been so fun. And he's just an awesome dude. Like hanging out with him, whatever it is, he's incredible. But yeah, these shirts are amazing. The "Don't Let a White Boy Get a Little Motion" is unbelievable. But that's him though. Like that's him to a T. Like his aura is insane. He's just a cool dude.
I love that. He seems like the type of guy that gives a hell of a Christmas gift to his offensive line. What did he get you guys last year?
He got us watches and margarita makers.
that's fucking, the margarita mixer is awesome, but what
that thing is off the charts. That thing is sweet.
Oh, it's like that? It's like one of those Jimmy Buffett ones, the good ones?
It is the Jimmy Buffett one.
Dog. I know all about the Jimmy Buffett margarita maker. That thing is solid. Get you slushed up nice.
Oh yeah.
But you said watches. Like Was it a Nixon watch? Or are we talking about that Rolly? Or we go crazy with an AP? Like, what kind of watch did he get you guys?
He got us.
Fossil?
No, I think it's two-door. Or no, two-door, is that?
I don't
Is that
know.
right?
I'm not a watch guy.
That sounds like
I'm
a
ripping a
Baker
Garmin
got
right now.
sponsored by Tudor, and he's like, "Let me get my offensive line."
I think he had a little deal.
Yeah, yeah, he had himself a little. That's a good opportunity for you to go in there and be like, "Hey, I was with Bussin With The Boys. They just let me know that watch you gave me wasn't something you bought. It was actually I'm gonna need a little something nicer." Like, are you ever have you ever getting on him about the Christmas presents at all? Like, hey, I love the margarita mixer, but what about a car? Like Joe Burrow got his boys like legit katana samurai swords last year.
We've been trying to drop that. I'd be down for a sword. I've been trying to like so I'll walk by him like sword's not crazy, you know. Like, katana's not crazy.
That is the move, dude. Like you
Just dropping those comments.
especially now too. Like you guys have 4 last second drives to win the game winning drives. You're protecting well. The boys were a little hurt with injuries outside. You were a little banged up. But now the boys are starting to feel themselves a little bit now. Even you guys got wins, but time to get you maybe a real rollie, maybe a vehicle. Like if you could have the perfect gift for your offensive line, you walked out and you saw ATVs, you saw golf carts. Like what are you envisioning?
I love golf carts.
Is that number one for you in your mind?
I think they'd be number one. Golf carts are sweet.
Yeah.
Bake's got a nice golf cart. He does. He's got a 6-seater, I think.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to like Baker. I know you're going to see this clip. We're going to make sure you see it. Like we can't do this easy go bullshit. Like we need the tricked out ones with the base on the back, the system, the rims, maybe some cool lights underneath it. Like, yo, what are we fucking doing? Kind of.
Yeah, he's gonna probably call me after this. We were on the phone like 30 minutes ago. He's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
He's like, why you call me out like that?
Just a side comment. It's like something all you got to do is just have his golf cart pulled up on your phone and just be, hey, that's pretty nice. Does Santa get you that?
Remember?
Man,
That's
if
weird.
Santa brought
Where'd
me
that come
something,
from?
if Santa brought me something like that, or maybe all the offensive linemen, I think we'd be pretty elated.
Yeah, something I wish I did when I was playing was printing off the gift you wanted, like a really bad like Google photo of it, and then just taping it to his locker and be like, kind of nice, huh? Like you could just put that there where he doesn't know who's really sending the message, but there's a message being sent nonetheless. You guys win, then there's 2 of that item. You know, you guys lose, it goes back.
I think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to start doing that.
Take it, run with it. It's yours.
What's it like for you guys offensively? The juice that Baker does bring whenever he breaks one and puts his shoulder down or puts his face in somebody, starts talking shit. What do you feel like that does for all you guys? And what kind of fun are you having post game or the next week when you're watching those clips with him?
I think he just fires everybody up, and I think he does it on purpose sometimes. Well, I know he does it on purpose sometimes. Like I remember the Saints game last year, second time we played them later in the year. Like came out slow, and he gets into a little scuff, and we all like the whole like we just swarm over there, like get into a little tussle, and he's just like there's a clip of it. He's just walking away like from an explosion, and it was. He said something else. He's like, did that help or something? I'm like, yeah. I was like, that got everybody going. That got everybody fired up.
Yeah, that fucking.
Just kind of light the match and then walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was sweet. Like you see that clip from Iron Man 1 when he like drops the bomb on the tank and just turns and walks away. Like that's what it was like.
Let's go.
It was sweet, but that's just who he is. You know, he's a dog. He's always going to have that passion and that fire. And we're there to back him up. You know, we always will be.
This you brought up a really good point of like the whole offensive line going in there after a scuffle. There's nothing in this world that pisses me off more than when a quarterback takes a late hit and there's offensive linemen on the other side of the field kind of just walking around. What is and should be the standard of every offensive lineman, not just NFL, but we're talking college and high school as well, to where your quarterback takes a cheap shot, whether it's a cheap shot or not, a big hit nonetheless. Like we got to get the boys out there barking a little bit. You got to get a full sprint in. Doesn't matter how many plays you're in. Like I would love your thoughts on that.
No, you gotta go get him. I think especially if somebody's over on like if it happens like on their sideline, like and there's somebody like you know when the other team kind of like surrounds somebody, like you gotta go get your boy. I think we have a saying. I mean, most places probably do. We call Bucs picking up Bucs. Like go, get to the pile. You never know what's happening. Some teams are doing some stupid shit. In the pile. Go get your boys. But if it's your quarterback, I think everyone's got to be there. And I think that's a standard that we've set, a standard that Bake kind of elevates. But yeah, I think all levels of football, like, go get your quarterback.
Yeah.
Personality wise, what's it like being teammates with another friend of the show, Tez Johnson? There's always opportunities that come up when starters go down. Like, you guys have had a lot of injuries across your wide receiver group, and seeing Tez get a couple opportunities, take advantage of a couple plays, to the point to where in his personality, you just know when he assumed that the MVP chant was for him, and seeing him having fun on the sideline about it. Take a second to talk about playing with Tez Johnson, because he just seems so much fun to be around.
Yeah, he is. He's a riot. That cracked me up, that MVP thing. He's like, why is it MVP for me?
He starts
like,
dancing.
One
funny.
catch for 45
that's
yards.
Funny. But I think that's again part of his personality. Just a lighthearted dude, lighthearted kid. Just out there having fun. Like you said, we had some guys go down, and he had to step up. And I mean, that catch he had the other week. Like the diving, like, that's insane.
Yeah.
And just watching him, like, how athletic he is. Like, he did the round off. I don't even know what it is. Like, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine. My knees would never. But no, Ted's an awesome kid. It's fun having him in the huddle. He just makes everyone laugh.
I gotta know too, like, if Mike Evans was on the pod, like, hey, what happened when him and Tez ran into each other on the sideline? Like, it seemed like somebody
running
had
the
something
same
broken.
route.
Yeah, like,
you gotta just assume that's Tez. Like, Mike's in year 12.
You have to. You have to. I don't know what went on, but Tez, I love you. I'm putting that one on you.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you watch it, and as a viewer that doesn't even know the route concept, you're like, gotta be on Tez. There's no way that's on Mike.
Yeah.
No way.
You can't put that on 13.
No doubt. What is it like for you to watch? Like, I think it was last year, right? He had 11 1,000-yard seasons in a row.
Yeah.
I guess how cool is that, right? Like, that, to see a guy do stuff historically and so consistently for so long, it's just got to be awesome to witness. What kind of teammate is he?
I mean, Mike Evans is the GOAT, watching that, I will say, like, that game against the Saints to get to keep the streak going was crazy. Well, one, he was hurt. He pulled his hamstring. He missed like 4 weeks, like middle of the season. So we're like, oh no, like, is he going to get it? And then comes back and balls out like always. But then, like, before that last drive, when he got the 1,000, we had a play, like, pretty much back corner fade, like a Mike Evans play. And they brought like zero. And we kind of like the O-line like missed it and ended up being a scramble. Bake flips it to Bucky. Bucky scores, and like we get to the sideline, and Bucky's like, "Should I have slid there? Like, did we mess up like Mike's record right there?" And the thing was, like, if we got the ball back, like SOP is to kneel it out. Like, we got the ball back, and we're like, no shot. Like, we're like, Mike needs to get 1,000 yards, and I think everyone in the stadium knew where the ball was going. Like, everyone there was like, yeah, Mike's getting the ball, and he, like, watching him get it and like immediately celebrate with the young guys. Like, it was Jalen McMillan, I think, was like the first guy over there, and like, I can't imagine like Jalen's point of view of that, like being a guy who's grown up playing wide receiver, like watching Mike Evans and getting to be out on the field when he does something like that. But just watching Mike run over to the sideline and celebrate with the boys was just insane. Get to see him do something like that and to be in that kind of company with Jerry Rice was super special.
That's so cool that the rest of the guys were also like, like Bucky scoring a touchdown and being like, did I fuck that up? Is that bad?
It was crazy. We're like, no way. Like, you score there, like, to take the lead, like, but it's like, that was our mindset.
Too is crazy.
Like, Mike wasn't really worried about it all week. And we're all like, we all care. It didn't seem like obviously he cared about it, but he's like, yeah, it is what it is. He's like, let's just win. That's Mike. And then we're all like, everyone else was like, no, like, I remember to the media, I said, yeah, we're going to get him 1,000 yards. Like, are you kidding me? Like, everyone's just like, it has to happen.
Yeah.
And watching it have like the pop, like the crowd pop when he got it. Insane.
The stuff you play for, man. That's so awesome.
In a world where, the world goes nuts for a big boy touchdown, have you ever lobbied to get a ball thrown your way or to get in the end zone? If so, like, what kind of celebration can we look forward to?
Oh my gosh. So me and Luke Gedeke, we used to have a pass for him. We've never called it. what's the Key and Peele sketch where he's like doing the air hump in front of the ref.
Yeah.
If that ever gets called, that play gets called, I think we're gonna do that, and he catches it. I would love to catch a touchdown. I'm not even gonna put it out there. I was gonna say I got hands, but now if I drop it, then it's that's out there forever.
Yeah.
You kind of already said it, so that's great.
Yeah, I know. You're like, I'm not going to say the quote I'm saying right now, but however, we're doing it. Buddy, as a gentleman who is an offensive lineman who scored a touchdown, there is no better feeling on this earth.
I know. It's got to be insane.
I know.
We used to say in college, like, you have to punt it. Like, you have to, like, if any of us catch a touchdown in college, like, we're punting it as hard as we can.
Mm-hmm.
I still like that. I think that's a good big guy celebration. And the spike, too. Like, you can't go wrong with a classic spike.
There's something about, like, a choreographed dance as well that I think it goes to, like the most elaborate type of offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Like, and it's none of the receivers. Is maybe Baker's in it, but it's just the starting five and the quarterback, and it's just like some ultra elaborate, like, top hat type of thing over and over. Yeah. It's like, oh, they put this in this week and they spent more time doing the celebration than they did actually practicing the play. That's the kind of shit.
You practice the play on Fridays on goal line for 2 reps, and then you would do the celebration all week.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. That's what I want for you.
It'd be electric to see a good hip thrust in front of the referee.
Yeah, and you got fine him. Take the 15. Absolutely.
Take the 15. Are you kidding me? I don't know. I would do everything. I'd just run around the field.
Dude,
just start DXing it in front of
Take a beer from the stands, pour it on you. Like, it's been multiple delay games. He's still out there doing this. Who gives a shit?
Keep blowing the whistle.
Yes, dude. Yes. Buddy. First off, I want to let's give another round of applause to Tristan Wirfs' bank account. I mean, my God. Unbelievable. Cat from Iowa. You strike me as a guy that just loves the basics, right? You need to be fed, you need to be slept, you need to be burped. Essentially, you're a baby. Like, that's all you truly care about. I don't think you're like I could be totally wrong. I don't think there's a Lamborghini sitting in your parking space. But when you get that type of contract that you got, what's going through your mind? What is a purchase that you're like, I've always kind of wanted this. I guess I'll get this now. Like, talk to me, boss. What are we getting? No state income tax in Florida as well. Huge.
Yeah. I got a S class. I got a Mercedes-Benz S class.
Okay.
That was my first second contract purchase. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we'd fit in a Lambo. I don't think those are big guy friendly.
No.
Trent Williams fits in one.
You know that?
Really?
Yeah,
he's got a fleet of vehicles.
You could also go the Shaquille O'Neal route, where I think he has a custom Lamborghini made for him.
All of his cars are. There's a YouTube channel I watch that all of his cars, they like extend the rails on the seat tracks. It's so cool.
Is that one of your cars your thing?
I do like cars. I like cars. I like cars and watches.
Cars and watches. So when you got that watch from Baker Mayfield, you're like, because you even if you like watches, we don't know the rate. It's okay. It's a safe space. No one's gonna see this.
No, it's in my little. It's got a nice little space on my bathroom counter.
Yeah, next to the AP and the rolls. What's that? Baker got me that. Oh, nice. What kind is it? I think it's
Bakes. No, it's a beautiful watch. But no, it was. Yeah, I remember signing that deal. It was just life changing. It was just an unbelievable feeling. To have my girlfriend and my son and my teammates there. At the press conference was awesome. I didn't pull out a suit. I should have pulled out a suit like you. I was lifting when they told me we're doing the press conference. I came in like the stringer tank top. I was like, should I change? And I was like, no. I was like, this will be fun. This will be funny.
If you're not going to go suit, the stringer tank top is the move.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like having all my friends there. Like I said, my son and my girlfriend Meredith was incredible.
God, that's awesome. What kind of big car guy? How many cars do we have?
I have a Raptor.
Love that car. Great vehicle.
And my girlfriend drives a Range Rover.
Okay, all right. So love cars more like looking than we do like having a collection.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Smart
man.
If you could talk to your younger self, or for the young cats out there listening to Tristan Wirfs on Bussin With The Boys, what's something you wish younger players understood about what it takes to succeed in the NFL?
That's a good one. I just think hard work, like keeping your nose to the grindstone. Like obviously, like, and I get these messages, from kids on like social media. Like I'm from a small town, they're like, no one's going to find me. And I'm like, I know the feeling, brother. You know, it's just keep working. You know, they're like, people are always going to find you. You know, don't let anyone say you can't do something. Just keep grinding at stuff. And it is it is a different animal coming from college to the NFL. The speed is different, but it's an adjustment. You know, going from high school to college is a big adjustment. I remember Anthony Nelson. You know, it's awesome. I get to play with one of my college teammates. My freshman year of college, he dog walked me in training camp, and I'm like, son of a gun. But then you get over it. You know, it's you adjust to the speed, and I think the same thing coming from college to the NFL, like JPP and Shaq Barrett were dog walking me. But it's like, don't give up, and keep working, and everything's gonna work out.
Yeah, I love that.
Superstitions. Everyone's got them, whether they're a little stitious or a lot of stitious. Like, talk to me about your stitious before a game.
I would say I'm a little stitious. It's I eat the same breakfast: 4-egg scramble, bacon, ham, onions, tomatoes, mushrooms. I have to get ready the same way, and I don't notice it until like someone asks me a question if I'm superstitious. I say no, and then I'm like, well, I guess I have to put things on in the right order. I have to put my pads in my pants in the specific order: right knee, left knee, right quad, left quad. Just little things like that. I think you like the same trainer tapes me. Like, I'm like, I can't do it. And I tried a new pair of cleats the other week, and at halftime I said, get these off. Can't do it.
Really?
Had to go to the old cleats. So it's like, I think it's little things like that, but try and break the mold. I'm like, oh, try some new cleats. No shot.
And it's like, you're just stitious enough to, when there is something new in the fold, like, oh, okay, the shooter sleeve looks kind of nice. Maybe
you're like thinking about it. You're like,
your brain. It's like, okay, you have a tougher game and you're like, what did I do wrong? Because my preparation was the same as far as watching film, but maybe I took this turn instead of that turn when going to the stadium. It's always like the not superstitious guys that always like play back in their head, like, what was the stitious thing I should have done differently that maybe be subconscious.
And I don't get how the guys do new cleats every week. I'm kind of like you. Like, I'm always using the old ones. Like, if I get a new pair of cleats, they have to go through 2 weeks of practice before I'll test drive them in a game.
See, I
can't. That's crazy. Yeah, wearing one, like a brand new pair game day. I've seen guys do that. I'm like, no way.
They got their uniform completely laid out on the floor in the locker room and stuff, trying to match up the swag.
Because I always, when I played in college, I'm a size 14 shoe. I would wear size 13 because I have my feet like compressed in there. And then my first 2 years in the league, I would have one pair of cleats from the day training camp started till about week 8, and then I would switch out shoes. And then right around year 3, I was like, I wanted to get back to like the tight shoe, so I wore new cleats every single week, and I really like that. But the laying out the uniform, making it look nice as if it's going to pose for its own picture, I don't understand it.
Yeah, that part's crazy.
Yeah,
the size down in cleats is crazy. That's like. That's like bugging me almost. I got to be comfortable. Like, I want to be.
You just told him you downsize and new pair of cleats every week.
Yeah, dude.
That's nightmare.
I like it. I like my feet to be like crammed. I feel more agile when everything's like in there, condensed together. Instead of just a bunch of bones working individually, that motherfucker's a brick. That guy's got like bricks in there moving around.
That's wild.
Yeah. Well, college, you know how it works, man.
Yeah.
You know how it works. What else we got? Will?
We got the Bud Light question.
Will had a big question for you. What was the question you wanted to ask?
Bud Light question?
No, it was a huge one. It was different.
I was going to hit the Bud Light question.
Okay. Do the Bud Light question.
Okay, we got a Bud Light question that we ask everybody here. People would do anything for an ice cold Bud Light. What's one thing that you would do anything for? You cannot say family.
Can't say family.
And then I have a follow-up after you have this answer.
What's something I would do anything for?
Right. Couple examples. Steve Ranella. He is from Meat Eater, big hunter guy.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wants to make a documentary that no one cares about. He wouldn't tell us on air. He did tell us off air. For that reason, I will not tell you on air. Brock
Bowers said he'd do anything for just a nice cut of steak.
A nice steak dinner.
Yeah.
And most coaches say Super Bowl or national championship, depending what field they're in. You've already got a Super Bowl. You've got an All-Pro. You've got Pro Bowls. You've got the largest contract in NFL history for an offensive lineman. You got your S-class.
Mm-hmm.
Do you said you have a son?
I do.
Would you like him to be heir to the throne, like a generational come up?
Can't
offensive
say
line?
family. Can't say
But
family.
we can't say family, but if it's
Yeah,
like, I would
say
do
family. That
anything
would
to
be
see
sick,
my
though. I mean,
son
he's a-
just
he's a
follow
big
my,
boy.
yeah.
He's a big boy. So can't say family. This is like, I feel like this is an O-line answer. I would do anything for like a clean game of pass pro.
Oh, that's an underrated answer.
Like, is that crazy?
Can I add to that for just a second?
Go ahead.
Clean game of pass pro, but also a game like you're not stressed out about pass pro before. Like a worry-free and anxious-free game while also having the most productivity.
Yeah.
That is, buddy, that might be the best answer we've heard.
Like,
there's nothing more stressful than that first 3rd and 6 of the game. You're like, are my hands working today? Are my feet really where they need to be?
I had a good week, but warm-ups didn't feel the best.
Yeah. I had something was just a little different, man. Hey, that's a great answer. And it sucks that you had to be put on the spot like that, but you definitely answered the bell. It's why the number 28 player in the top 100.
You answered the bell.
Answered the bell that way. Left tackle, right tackle. Which one do you prefer?
I think left tackle.
Yeah. That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
That's no shade at right.
Is there a reason behind it?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I honestly don't. It's just like the longer I'm over on the left side, like the more comfortable I feel. And like I felt really comfortable on the right side. I will say, like and you guys know, I was stressing about the move, because I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm doing fine over here. I was like, why do I got to move? And then I was like, I kept telling myself, I was like, just more reps, like just get as many reps as you can, and it'll be fine. And I was like, your first year might not, it might not be pretty, but I was like, we'll get through it. And yeah, the longer I'm over here on the left side, like the more comfortable I get, and which, it's a good feeling, just trying to keep getting better.
Yeah, some of the title, like left tackle and right tackle, doesn't mean as much anymore because there's great pass rushers everywhere.
All over the board.
Right. And the NFL's smart. Yes.
Left tackle.
Yeah, something about saying left tackle, dude.
The blind side.
Hey, what position you play? Tackle. Oh, left or right? Left. They're like, oh, all right, he must have been an athlete. Like there's still like the casual fan out there that believes in that. It's like, I'm with you. Because other than your accolades that are better than mine, you're ranking in the top 100. Like you can also play right tackle. Dude, I was horrendous. Like my first year when I got drafted with a 10-year vet at left tackle and Michael Orr, who they just got free agency. And so they're like, hey, we drafted you 11 overall to be a swing guy in the first year. Like let it get your feet wet type of thing.
Yeah.
And I had to take snaps at right tackle, bro. And I was like, if I'm ever put in a game at right tackle, my career will be over. It will. Did
you play only left at Michigan?
Yeah, only left at Michigan, and then I didn't play offensive line until my senior year at Chaparral. That's Arizona, by the way. So I only was left tackle. We go in like the rhino and elephant when they bring the left tackle over to the right side.
Yeah.
So I taken like a handful of snaps, and I was like a tight end kind of also my rookie year for a little bit. But buddy, it's so impressive that people don't realize how hard it is to actually go from a right-handed stance to a left-handed stance. Because I could not. I would have been, you're the guy, I guarantee the coach came in, say, hey, we're going to move you to left tackle. And there was a hesitation in your voice for a moment. And then you go, yes, sir, any way to help the team. I would have been a cancer about it. Like, you want to do what to me? Like, I hate saying it about myself, but I would have fought tooth and nail once I've established myself. But yeah,
that's
dude,
funny.
What was the follow-up question you have?
Past or present, somebody you'd love to have an ice cold Bud Light with for some good conversation.
Ooh,
that's a great one. Dead or alive equal to past or present.
Oh my gosh. Dead or alive?
Yeah.
While you're thinking too, when I saw you scratch your beard, I noticed a watch. Is that the one Baker got you?
This one is not. I should have worn it. I should have.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. A beer with one guy.
A beer with. See, it's like this is like a big question.
Right. And
past or
take
present?
your time too. We don't have.
Yeah.
This is our day.
We have post-production editing power here.
I love it.
Like,
I think I would want to have a beer with. This is little kid me. Is Albert Pujols.
okay.
Nice.
All right.
I was obsessed with Albert Pujols when I was a kid. I was number 5 when I played baseball. I think that would just like do something for me and younger me. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So, is this essentially a public invite to Albert Pujols to come to one of Tampa Bay's games? You will take care of everything for Albert Pujols. Get him on the sideline.
Albert Pujols, if you're hearing this clip, I got you covered at a Bucs game. Let's have a beer. I got everything covered.
God,
Hey, that would
outstanding.
be insane.
That would be.
That'd be
if this
sweet.
clip could get
That'd
to
be
him,
really cool.
Right.
and he ends up going to the game.
Yes.
Were you a ball player? I'm assuming you were pretty good at baseball.
I did play
when you were
baseball.
younger.
Yeah, I played baseball for a while.
He was number 5.
Number 5, first baseman. Did you hit the 3-4 slot?
3 and 4, yeah.
Okay.
I was DH a lot too. That was the best. Just chew seeds and fucking hit dingers.
2 seeds and hit
Yeah.
dingers.
That was my favorite.
Go to top. Maybe you have a list. Maybe a top 3, but your go-to sunflower seed.
Number 1 is Buffalo Style Ranch. Number 2 is Original, and 3 is Barbecue.
That's a great list.
That's a good list.
It's a great list.
I don't vibe
Buffalo
with
Style
2.
Ranch
I don't vibe with 2.
But it's a call.
solid.
It's paying homage. You know what I mean? The
I'm
original.
a flavor guy. I'm a flavor guy.
Yeah. Tristan, you're the man, bro. Thank you so much for taking time to come on Bussin' or to
boys.
join
This
Bussin' with
was
the
sick.
Boys. We would, we tell it to everybody we're on Zoom with. We would love to have you in this seat one day and sitting on the bus,
yeah.
kicking it with the fellas.
I would love that. That'd be sick.
Let's get together in the off season, huh?
Have
Let's
a
hang
couple
out.
Bud Lights.
Couple BLs for the boys.
Yeah.
Sit down in that chair, talk a little shop, go, I don't know, hang out after, do something, go see a movie.
Talk about how he met Albert Pujols in
Yeah,
his game.
yeah, that'd be
I'm
awesome.
in, boys. That would be incredible.
Let's get it done, baby. Hey, a round of applause for Tristan Wirfs real quick. Thank you, sir. Tell that PR team we love them, and thank you for coming on our show, man. It was amazing.
Thanks, boys.
See you, bro.
That's a guy's guy.
Guy's guy.
That's a guy's guy right there.
Gentlemen, we are taking a quick break from the episode to shout out a couple of our sponsors. First one being Olipop. Introducing the new Olipop times SpongeBob collaboration, the pineapple-y soda from Bikini Bottom, Pineapple Paradise, juicy pineapple with a splash of mandarin, pure liquid joy, just like SpongeBob himself. There are 5 limited edition SpongeBob can designs hidden in each 4-pack, and each pack's a little treasure hunt, and you never know which one you're going to get. Collect them all and unlock sweet rewards at drinkolipop.com/SpongeBob. A phenomenal drink. It gives you Olipop gives you that nostalgia of cracking open a soda. I know myself as a young pup, I would leave my grandparents' house with like 4 or 5 cans of soda in my pocket. As I've gotten older, you understand the health and everything else behind soda, and this is why I feel like Olipop is different. I love soda, but most of the time it doesn't love your boy back. Olipop actually supports gut health with 9 grams of prebiotic fiber and only 2 to 5 grams of sugar per can. It tastes like soda, but it's actually good for you. They have vintage cola, classic root beer, cream soda, orange squeeze, Dr. Goodwin, lemon lime, and more. But they failed to mention my personal favorite, which is classic grape. Get $2 off a 4-pack of Olipop at drinkolipop.com/bussin. Works on any flavor of 4-pack, including SpongeBob at any retailer. Olipop is sold online, drinkolipop.com or Amazon, and available in almost 50,000 retailers nationwide, including Costco, Walmart, Target, Publix, Whole Foods, Kroger, and HEB. Drink Olipop. We love Olipop. We are also brought to you by Liquid IV. We're in the heights of fall. It's harder to stay hydrated. What I like to do is you leave a bottle of water in your vehicle. The next morning you come out, it's already cold and refreshing. Then you just pop in a little packet of Liquid IV. Push harder and recover faster with Liquid IV's new Energy Multiplier, sugar-free hydrating energy. It's hydrating energy made with electrolytes, vitamins, and natural caffeine. There's 0 sugar, zero crash, and just 1 stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates hydrates better than water alone. 100 milligrams of natural caffeine plus 200 milligrams of L-theanine provides balanced energy without the jitters, 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, and it has 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Don't let the grind drain you. Ditch the glitch with 0 sugar and 0 crash from Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code BUSSIN at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code BUSSIN at liquidiv.com. Let's get back to this episode of Bussin With The Boys.
Coach Lee, how are you, sir?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Fantastic. Probably not as good as you. Massive game you just won. Talk to me about morale. Talk to me about vibes. Just you personally right now. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I just got an email notification here. And Laura, can you come look at this? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Okay, I just lost the screen. Hang on. There we go. All right. Hopefully I'll maintain. It's okay.
Is that email notification have to do with Diego Pavia winning the Heisman?
Yeah, he just won it.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Big moment for Vanderbilt. Yeah, no, vibes are high. And you know, I mean, I guess that said, I mean, it's you know, success brings a different kind of adversity, and this group's mature. Like, we've maintained focus. I think this is where we planned on being. It's just feels good to be here, you know, and feels good to have something at stake every weekend. So it's been cool.
How do you handle your quarterback's personality, and this, not just your quarterback's personality, but this new age of college football where it used to be very old school, right? No bulletin board material. Guys, we're going to focus on the game and the game at hand. Diego comes on our show early this summer and he says, hey, before we get started, I'm not going to give any bulletin board material to anybody. And then he walks away from that podcast, and I'm thinking, that felt like the most bulletin board material you could ever give to people, but he continues to back it up with this play. How are you handling them in the media? Is it kind of like a Dana White UFC? Listen, you guys have freedom of speech for a reason. You go and run it the way you want to run it. Or are we reeling back at times, keeping the program in mind?
First of all, he set a record for bulletin board material. I think we made history in that interview. And it was interesting. I was traveling. I was going to see the Ravens for a day, and I had a interview that morning in my office, and you know, I'm pretty, like, I stay pretty insulated from all of it. You know, I'm not on social media or whatever. You know, I kind of keep my head down and stay working. But the person I was speaking with mentioned that Diego had made a lot of you know, or there was a lot of buzz about what he had said about Tennessee, and I said, okay, I didn't know anything about it. Well, you know, he said something about running the state of Tennessee. Okay, well, we'll deal with that. I land in Baltimore, and there's a few other things that had come up. Okay, we'll deal with that. I spend the day there. I fly back to Nashville, land here. Then there's a few other things that, you know, and so he and I had a meeting at like 5:30 in the morning the next day. And honest to God, here's my thought on it. You know, first of all, Diego has earned the right to speak for himself. And the world doesn't need like a watered down Diego Pavia. Like, the world doesn't need that. I mean, this guy has charisma, belief. You know, I think too many people will whisper their beliefs, you know, and like want to kind of walk kind of in the shadows and not actually say what they want and go after what they want. And he's a guy that does exactly that. And yet I think there's a balance here between being confident and having belief, and not also being disrespectful to our opponents. And that, you know, the bulletin board material stuff, it just, I don't really care. I don't think that matters, but I do want this group to have a great respect for the teams we play against. And part of our respect is we're gonna absolutely do everything we can to win the game, and we're gonna try to bury the opponent. I mean, that's our attitude, that's our mentality. And we expect them to do the same in return. That's how we learn about ourselves, you know. But we don't need to be disrespectful in the way we, you know, represent our program, represent ourselves, and so, you know, we had a really good conversation about that kind of stuff. And again, the other thing I'll say about Diego is he, you know, like, my kids, you know, like, my kids look up to him. You know, my kids go to school. I mean, living in Nashville, you're like the melting pot for every SEC team.
Yeah.
And when you're not having success, your kids take some shit for it. Diego Pavia, my kids can walk in with their chest out a little bit now. I mean, they can.
Hell yeah.
They can. Yeah. So I told him that in that meeting too. Like, dude, I don't want you to change who you are, man. I love who you are. Let's just be smart and let's understand the ramification of what we say, and let's always carry respect for our opposition. And the beautiful thing about Diego is that he is totally humble in his process, and he's a quiet connector in this building. He's so sincere and authentic, and he's curious, man. And he and I are more alike than we are, dislike. And I couldn't imagine a better person to be taking the snaps for this program at this moment.
Too, it's like if people that weren't aware, it's like, hey, Diego went on Bussin With The Boys. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because even our show is not like hey, we're gonna try to get clickbait type of stuff. Like, we give everybody like the freedom. Like, if they say something like, hey, I felt very uncomfortable about that, can we cut that? We're the first ones to go, absolutely. Yeah. And after the episode, we're like, hey, Diego, like, you feel good about all that? And he's like, yeah. Like, if anything, I felt like I was pretty good about not getting Baltimore material. That's why I kind of just took a step back and I was like, all right. He's like, you seem kind of uptight. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just thinking about Clark Lee, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Coach, you're very much known for like culture and process. And what I want to ask is, how has a player like Diego challenged your perspective on personalities and dealing with players and athletes? Like, Diego's become such a big name. It's like they're on Pat McAfee last week with Saban. He's like, there'd be a conversation, him doing the victory, the kneeling, and everything else. How has a player like Diego challenged you to, hey, this is a completely different player? Like, he's walking in with ski masks. Like, everybody's fired up about this dude. The way he kind of carries himself with that swagger, it's getting to a point to where people are having like, oh, I hate this kid. He seems arrogant. He seems cocky, yada, yada, yada. But a man with your background, a man like of culture and process, how has Diego challenged you to think differently with him specifically?
Yeah, I mean, certainly he's a different dude that way. I mean, I think part of my growth as a head coach, like when you're a position coach, you can pretty well, you got 12 to 15 guys and you can build a culture. You kind of recruit into your room, and I don't know, that it's very natural, kind of the connection and the attitude, the mentality is all kind of there for you pretty naturally. As a coordinator, you got about 50 guys and you're doing the same, but you're still recruiting to that room. It's your kind of personal touch on it. As a head coach, it's just totally different. And I think when I started, first of all, this place was so sick. We had so far to come, and we had to learn how to care about ourselves first. I mean, it was pretty bleak. And so I don't actually judge the way I approached the early parts of this, because I think I had to approach it that way. But also, I've learned a lot about control. Control's an illusion, and I think coaching's about impact. And my job is to ensure alignment. And also, if I put everyone in a box, or if I expect everyone to take, like, I want my personality to show up in how we play. Like, that's important. I want to turn the film on and see a team that knows their head coach, and we play with edge, and we're playing hard and physical, and all those things are important to me. But at the end of the day, to get that, if everything goes through me, if everybody's a little mini version of me, the program will only be as good as I am good. And I don't want that. I want people to bring their personalities. I want them to bring their creative energy. And it's BU aligned with us now. I mean, there's certain standards and expectations. If Diego's out in the world talking shit and not showing up on time, I got a problem with that. Right. I mean, so there's, and obviously that's not the case, but as an example of, the things that we matter, the mission's winning. So anything that impacts winning, I want it done at the highest possible level. I want you to bring your personality. I want you to bring your creative energy. I want you to feel ownership stake in this as a co-creator. And in that way, we amplify Vanderbilt football. And that way, it's the collective spirit that makes us dangerous. And so, a long-winded way to answer your question, I think it's not that he's challenged me. I've learned a lot about the balance of giving this program room to breathe. And as I've gained trust in the team through our process, I've allowed for it to breathe a little more. And I think that's a healthy balance. Obviously, I mean, I challenge these guys every week, and there's certain things again that they're boundaries here. We have very specific things that we ask of our guys, but as long as we're within those boundaries, like I want them to feel like they bring their personalities, and that's what makes us unique.
Well, you've definitely established an amazing culture, so much so that we're seeing all these openings in these big time schools going on, and your name's slowly getting sprinkled around a little bit. Hey, Clark Lee's at Vanderbilt. Like, what's gonna Florida look kind of nice on Clark Lee? Hey, LSU's looking pretty solid. When these things are coming up, obviously it's a massive compliment to not only you but to your players and the product that they're putting on the field. But how are you handling that noise, not just with the team but also with your family as well?
Yeah. Well, look, the standard response is when you're getting attention, it's a good thing because, it means you're having success. And there's truth to that. Obviously, these kind of, early season, mid-season coaching changes are just brutal to me, a brutal part of this business. And this is such a personal, it's such a human endeavor. And you guys know, because y'all have done it. I mean, your connection with your team is like it's a family connection, or at least it is for us. So I couldn't imagine not being able to finish out a journey with a group of guys that have poured so much into this. And so I don't love that this becomes kind of the nature of the beast here, middle of the season. Certainly our success is a credit to so many people that are sacrificing and investing in this, suffering for it. And so obviously I applaud that. Rumors can come from everywhere. And so, I'm not in direct conversation with anybody about anything right now. And my only focus is on getting the most out of this season. We have put so much into this. And yet, right, all that buzz that surrounds it can come from any corner of the internet. And that is what it is. I believe the team, they see my consistency. They know my routines. They know exactly where I'm at every day and what I'm doing. I have not sensed that any of that kind of external noise has penetrated our locker room. And they know that my focus first and foremost, both short-term and long-term, is how to position this program at a championship level. And I think we've done that. We have stayed on course in alignment in that way to this point. Now, we have still ground to cover to get this thing to a point of sustainability. And so now is a moment for me to push on that. But like, as far as my family goes, I mean, obviously, everyone sees the rumors and then they start to, reach out to my wife or, I had a conversation with my oldest son a couple weeks ago, because what I don't want to have happen is he goes to school and the kids are talking to him about, hey, I heard your dad this or that.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure he knew that anything that would be big would come from me, that we would have conversations about that, and for him not to worry about any of that stuff that gets to him at school. The younger two, I don't think, they're at recess and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I think
a good time with it.
Coach, man, like, you guys, Vanderbilt has never done what you guys are doing now. And being a cat that was born here, being a cat that played fullback at Vanderbilt, what has it meant for you to, you're the face of the program right now, like looking back and reflecting on your process, on your journey. What has it meant for you when you are sitting with your family or you're sitting with your wife and kind of having those reflective moments on where Vanderbilt is at currently at the moment?
Well, I feel very grateful. You'd say sitting with my wife and thinking about, shoot, man, over the last 5 years, there have been some really low moments here and some really hard moments. I think in some ways, what we've experienced in the way of pain has made kind of what we experience now all the sweeter. And you guys know how football is, man. You just can't hang on to it that long. Good game, bad game, next game, and you wake up on. So it's like, well, we talk as a team. It's like you live, you die on Saturday, you wake up on Sunday, you start anew, right? That's just the process. But it is so refreshing that as we go through our process, that the buzz around our program is positive, because for forever, honestly, there was zero attention being paid. And not that we do it for attention, but when you're getting attention, it's because you're on course with your goals. So it's personal. Being in Nashville, being a Vandy alum, having such a belief in what is possible at Vanderbilt, and even having that belief met with just skepticism everywhere, to finally be at a point of breakthrough, it feels great. Again, I just, for me, it's about how I shift very quickly into thinking about what the next steps are and how we continue to position this program in a place of strength in an ever-changing landscape. So you just, again, you can't hang on to it too long.
Yeah, there's never a time you can in a football world. There's never a time to be fully present. You're always looking towards the future and what you can accomplish. A guy that hired you at one point, Brian Kelly, he just lost his job, and I know you guys have some type of relationship, whether it be positive or negative. But I want to hear about you hearing that news, what it kind of means for college football now, seeing this many coaching changes or coaching firings happening at the middle point of the season in college football. That's kind of a newer type of vibe, or at least this many. But yeah, what's your relationship like with Brian Kelly? We send a text, we do a FaceTime. Like, how is that whole thing?
Well, first of all, I mean, I've got so much respect for him, and he gave me an opportunity when, he didn't have to, and I'm eternally grateful for that. I mean, that changed the course of my career and my life, and I had to make the most of it. But he supported me through it and really grew and mentored me. And then the other thing too, that as I was becoming a head coaching candidate, that I always appreciated about BK was he was never threatened by that. He would when I would go on interviews or when I'd have people calling, he would always sit with me and be supportive and talk to me about what I need to be looking for. And I mean, it was just amazing. Again, the level of support, and that friendship has been maintained. And, hey, we're different people, I wasn't sure how good of a fit I was going to be working for him at Notre Dame. And, I was nervous about that, but I got to be around him at a time in his career where he was really transforming, and I thought what he did there on the back end of his time at Notre Dame was remarkable. And so, I heard for him. I heard for that program. I think we're in a tough spot right now in college football in general. It's still the greatest game played. It's such an amazing thing to be a part of, and there's so much emotion involved with it. But the stakes are getting higher and higher, and I don't. The financial parts of our game are tricky. I think we're still trying to really get a feel and get a hold of that. Obviously, with these coaches getting let go early or mid contract, I mean, there's a lot to be discussed about that. The place I land more than anywhere else, and this is for everyone who's experiencing this, is just I've got compassion for the people involved, the families involved, all that's been invested in a place, whether it's Penn State or Florida or LSU. Just how painful that is. And I hurt for the players, I hurt for the coaches, I hurt for the staffs, I hurt for the families. And I don't like it, but obviously, we also sign up for these pressure cookers, and you have to accept the good with the bad that way, and understand it's all a part of it. But at the end of the day, for me, my heart goes out to Coach Kelly and his family, and to the LSU program, and to those players, and I'm sure he's going to land on his feet. He's a really good coach, and good things take time. And this is a time in college football where you have to have total alignment from top down. When you have total alignment, you have a chance to position yourself to be competitive. In our conference, it's going to every year look more and more like the NFL. The margins are razor thin. You have to play with an identity. You have to play with a strategy. You have to execute that. every week. And just like in our game against Missouri, I mean, it literally came down to the last inch of grass on the field. It's just these are challenging jobs, and you have to be on point. And when you're not, there are consequences to pay for that.
Brother, where was your heart at when you saw the Mizzou player catch that football on the Hail Mary? And it was like, everybody's cheering, then it's kind of quiet. Like, where was your heartbeat at? Where was your emotion at during that moment? Especially when the players are kind of getting on the field celebrating. It's like, hey, hang on a second.
Yeah, it felt like the way that game went, and I was upset early. There was a fumble. We threw the interception to start the second half, and I felt like from my vantage point that we dislodged the ball on the return before the lineman was down who had picked it off. And had that been ruled a fumble, I believe the ruling on the field would have been upheld. I don't know there was a video evidence for anything, but it wasn't. It was ruled that the runner was down, and so that was upheld. I was really upset about that.
I'm with you. That was bullshit.
Yeah, and then when Seti was dragged on the ground on his back and the ball was dislodged, they ruled it a fumble, and it just. So it was one of those games, and again, officials have a hard job. This is not about that. It's just about my emotions in the game were such that it felt like some of those things just were piling up on us, and so I couldn't see the play. I was getting feedback that it was incomplete, obviously, which was wrong, and I was just trying to look on the video board to see whether or not he had crossed the plane. Well, me and Eli called to me, and so we were sitting there talking, and he said, it doesn't look like he crossed the plane, but what if they put time back on the clock? And that's when my heart sank, because I thought, God, if we're defending one play, like, hey, we're gonna put 1 second back on the clock. There's one play from the 1 inch line. It's like, my God, is that really how this thing's gonna finish out? But fortunately, it was time had expired. Obviously, the quarterback had scrambled around for a while anyway, so it wasn't going to be there was no time left. But it was a moment, man. And we've had a bunch of tight games against them, and I thought a really physical game. And I was really proud of our team. I think it's an example of sometimes you got to outscore people. Sometimes it's just about being gritty and fighting for every blade of grass, and that's what they did.
First off, Coach, before I say this, I love your program. I love the culture. I love the attitude that you guys play with. Now that I've said that, one thing, just coming in from an offensive lineman's perspective, that I am not a huge fan of. Because I know if I was in college, I could not have done this, because I was a one-trick pony and a one-trick pony only. Why are we flipping guards and tackles from side to side? Because I was a solid left tackle. But if you put me on the right side, we're talking undrafted free agent, not going to make the team, practice squad guy. Like, that's how much of a big difference it was for me.
Yeah.
Why are we flipping dudes? Why are we flipping them back and forth?
Well, that's Chris Klonakis, our offensive line coach. That's a part of his philosophy, and obviously the playing right and left, playing both creates challenges. Schematically, there are ways that you can tether those guys together if they're always on the strong side, always on the weak side. Like, there are plays and play menu that you're getting your tight end surface and those guys all connected with whatever the points are in the run game or the protection calls. So there are things that he believes in, and he's done it for a long time. The thing I love about both. There's tactical benefits. There are fundamental technical challenges, to your point, and I think he's navigated that really well. And the guys have bought into it and believe in it, and also know that it challenges them too. But the thing about our offensive line, and I know you guys know Cade really well, and how cool was it to see him highlighted, for his physical play and pass protection against LSU,
bro.
It was awesome.
Your program's culture is going to ultimately be set by your offensive line. The two most important position groups in the building are the O-line and the D-line. So the offensive line, and I'll tell the team this, they set the tone, they set the course for us. I think what those guys have done in terms of their connection and their belief, what Chris Klonakis has done in getting that group aligned, to play at the level they played in our league is the story of our season, and obviously Diego Pavia deserves all the recognition that he gets, but he would be the first to tell you too, when those guys up front create the space that they've created, when they move people to get the run game going, it means everything to his performance too. And so we are different, and different can be good and different can be bad. But at the end of the day, I love the culture, the environment, and the success we're having in our offensive line, I think speaks for itself.
Yeah, you brought it up. You brought up Cade. We obviously have a special relationship with him, and it is awesome to see that play versus LSU. And on the flip side, a couple of years ago, there was an LSU offensive lineman that was doing that to Vandy. And it's just like cool to see this full transition. You get Cade transfers from a Big Ten school. That's where offensive linemen are created. Bring him from Minnesota over there. Can you talk to me about Cade's development? And then I'd love to hear just a quick scattering report where you think he thrives in, where can we get a little bit better in? Because I'm a big fan of the boy, and I think he's got a career ahead of him in the NFL, and I'm excited for him.
Well, he's first of all, just there's when you meet Cade and when you get to know him as a person, the energy he brings, his attitude, he's a life force. He's a guy that doesn't have many bad days, and every time, even on the field, man, just like I love players that in the moment they can recognize, the mentality, the competitive mindset they need to take on for the unit. And on Saturday when we were struggling, like he would step on the field ready to tip the field, meaning he had total belief it was the next series was going to be the one they break it, and the eye contact, the energy, the attitude. That's day in, day out with him. Obviously, he's a big physical player. And what I think we've seen with him this year, he's also not played a lot of football, So I think his performance, at least from what I've seen week in, week out, has strengthened over time. And I believe what you're going to see is, as we reach the back end of the season, I think you're going to see a guy that's going to maintain playing at a really high level. Look, in terms of, what he needs to strengthen, I think there's reason to believe that, he can improve in his pass protection. There's things he can do for consistency in the run game. But on the whole, I think what you've seen from him is this steady improvement through the season. That LSU clip was not a one-off. This is how he plays the game. He's tough. He's physical. He's smart, and he's also a guy that can snap the ball for us too. So he plays really two positions. He plays guard and center, and I agree with you. I think he's got a great future ahead of him, and I'm glad he's with us. And it has been so much fun to watch him step into this level of performance. And as he has improved, so has our offensive line, so has our program.
Dude, we absolutely love him. Like, he did the internship with us over the summer. Honestly, insanely surprising how well he did. Like, editing clips and just immersing himself into what we do. Because I'm thinking this is just going to be, a jock brain. He wants an internship. He wants a credit right now. Yeah. We'd love to have a Vandy lineman over here. But just very surprising how well he did and just how much he embraced everything. And it's just so fun to watch. That clip after last week, and then he's going viral. He's getting these conversations, these sit-downs with the national media. We love him. Love him. Have you heard about the bet that I have made with Cade and Diego Pavia? Have you heard about that rumor?
I'm not in that. I've not.
Okay. Well, the rumor is this: if you guys win the SEC and the national championship, that I have to take Diego and the entire offensive line to Vegas so they can do the Tunnel of Chaos. Okay. Yeah, I felt very good about my bet. I felt very good about it. Even to the point where I told Cade, I was like, listen, I know you're zoomed in. I've played a lot of football. I don't think you have the horses. Now I'm sitting here, you guys are 7-1, and I've gone past the point of fear, and now I'm in full support. Like, I'm just like, yeah, allow my bank account to get destroyed by these gentlemen. They guys deserve it. Like, it's very impressive. Before we get you out of here, big game at Texas this week. You guys are underdogs. Adversity at this point is something that you guys have just embraced open-armed. But you see them have a big comeback win versus Mississippi State. Arch Manning, he gets hurt. The backup quarterback comes in, throws a phenomenal fade ball in overtime to end that game. What your quick scattering report of Texas and how you guys are approaching that game?
Well, I mean, look, you turn their film on and they have everything they need. I mean, there's good play, there's good players, there's speed. And so I think the Mississippi State game is a great example of this idea. I mean, they were down 17 points.
Yeah.
And it felt like, I mean, short of there was a roughing the passer there on a 4th down that extended a drive. Short of that, I mean, they were all but out of it. But this is a team that's never going to be out of it because of the skill they have and the ability they have to close gaps quickly. Obviously, a huge punt return there also, and so they can do it in all 3 phases. This is in some ways the story of kind of 2 very different programs. We say we're a team of misfits here, and we're playing against a team that again has everything they need across the board. We have to play to our identity. We have to go there and play a physical game, and obviously pay attention to explosive plays on defense and in special teams. Offensively, the more we can control the game, which we really didn't do against Missouri in terms of possessing the ball and having 3rd down success. Those will be the things to me that will ultimately allow us to be able to find a win on the road. This is a really good team. It's a well-coached team. Our guys will be excited for the challenge though, and this is shoot, man, this is why you play in the SEC, right? A November game at Texas with everything at stake. It's a great opportunity for us, so we're going to embrace that and have fun with it.
Coach Lee, thank you so much for joining us, taking time out of your day. Enjoy the week. Good luck against Texas. We are rooting for you here at Bussin With The Boys.
We are.
But thank you so much.
Let's give a round of applause for Coach Lee.
Love what y'all do. It means a lot to be on too. Thanks so much.
Hey, off season, we'll need you here on the bus, here in this seat.
All right, I'll be there.
All right,
I
brother.
love it. That's a verbal commitment. That's a verbal commitment.
That's right.
See you, Coach.
Appreciate you,
All right,
Coach.
see you, boys. Thanks.